Hey cousin. Hey grandma.
Hey Mom.
Hey Pops, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Thank you for being here.
Having you in the stand means the world to me.
But I need to ask you something.
Hello, it's important, so listen up.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way.
That means I play with the respect for others.
I will not let my opponent become my enemy.
I will not cheat or cut corners.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way.
That means I play with the control of self.
I will slow my anger down.
I will act based on my standards.
I made a commitment to play the Texas way.
That means I play with the spirit of competition.
I will prepare myself inside and out.
I will bounce back when I get knocked down.
I will compete with a passion to be my absolute best.
So my question for you is this.
Will you commit to support me the Texas way?
That means having my back. It means cheering loudly.
But it doesn't mean putting other people down.
It doesn't mean yelling at the ref.
It doesn't mean letting your passion become a distraction.
You say it.
Coach says it too.
My actions are about more than just me.
It's about representing the name on the front of the jersey.
And the name on the back.
It's about more than a scoreboard.
It's about using sports to become all that I can become.
And have fun while I'm doing it.
I couldn't do it without you.
And I wouldn't want to.
I've
made a commitment to the Texas way. Will you make it with me?
Welcome to ECA. We are proud to be an Apple Distinguished School. Want to see what makes our school so special? Follow me. At ECA, I'm proud to be at Apple Stinger School. While we build strong roots. Plant seeds of success and grow leaders for tomorrow.
Today we had the grand opening of our very own Dyslexia Therapy Training Center, the first in the region with the school district.
So this training center is for adults, and it's to teach educators to become practitioners or therapists. So they are able to provide dyslexia therapy to students who need it. So this is huge. If we don't have the right people in front of our students, they will not make the progress that they need. They need a very specific type of person to teach them and help them become readers and to be lifelong learners. And so this programming is definitely going to make that happen for our students and students in the Valley.
So as a therapist and a parent, I know the importance of dyslexia therapy, of early identification and starting the therapy for students so that they can become successful and so that they may excel and show truly how much potential they have.
This is a dream for our district that has been years in the making. Today is a day of celebration as we celebrate the importance of meeting the needs of all of our students. Students here will feel valued, they'll feel heard, and more than anything, they'll feel more successful.
Medina High School, and thank you for that warm welcome. My name is Teresa, and I'm honored to serve as the president of the high school student council. Tonight we come together to celebrate more than just a football game. This moment represents countless hours of dedication, determination, and teamwork for our players, coaches, and sponsors, every student involved. But none of this would be possible without the encouragement of administration, the support of our teaching staff, and most importantly, the fans in the stands. As we cheer on our Cardinals, let's also remember the importance of good sportsmanship, supporting our team pride, showing respect to our opponents, and above all, we're exciting in the game for every athlete on the field tonight. No matter the outcome, we are proud of all of us, the Cardinals spirit and carries this field. So let's cheer loud, let's cheer proud, let's show everybody we say, Cardinals spirit never dies. Go Cardinals!
East Central. East Central is through. You're blocking that camera.
Yeah, we drove separate. Amber's mad at me, so she made me drive separate.
That's not true.
Hey, everything we say right here is going to be recorded. Where's the mic at?
Right in the front. Yeah. You got to act like you're at work.
You got the wrong guy here.
East Central.
You got to act like you're in your workplace.
And then dripping crazy off the they have the same next to it.
Huh?
Oh, wow, what is it there right now?
Let's keep going. Where's our band at? We gotta pump this thing up, right?
College. So what are our ranks? 205. There's 400. Oh, we're 200, they're 400. We're 200. No, Harlingen and Dripping Springs are ranked 10. And then Harlan is ranked 80. Oh, great. Go on. Harlan is my... No, if we win this game, we have to play Wait, Gunter, he's the other. Where's Angela and Linda? Oh, he's good.
Harlingen.
I don't know, but they're playing.
all the way down there. Then the concession is right underneath me. Then I had to wait in line, hoping they took tab. Took him a big. I just gave them
Blonde, brown, blonde, copper, white.
Come on, you're on camera.
Yeah, they're like, oh!
Okay.
They're right. A couple years ago, they were actually 3 years ago. They're right there, but like, I'm running it.
Parents?
Derby 3 is really good. That will be
Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, remind students and fans of the proper etiquette during flag ceremonies. The United States flag and symbol of a great country, according to symbol by standing by right hand of the heart. So gentlemen, should raise your hands. We will respect and everyone should raise their hands until the end of the play. Now, whenever we hear the music, please rise and remain standing in respect for our country and our nation's flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And welcome to Week 12 of the Harlingen Cardinals football season, more specifically, the area round of the playoffs. The Harlingen Cardinals facing off tonight against the Panthers of Medina Valley. Medina Valley 9-2 on the season, undefeated in district. The Harlingen High School Cardinals 5-6, but a stellar 3-1 in District 32-6A. We're here live at Cabanas Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas for this area round matchup. And let's just put it out there, Joe. A win for the Cardinals to launch them into the regional semis. Let's face it, it'll be an upset. But we talked about this game driving up here from Harlingen this afternoon. And I think you agree with me, Joe. The Cardinals have a puncher's chance here.
Absolutely. I think they do have a great chance. I mean, there's only one team you can compare that. They both played Laredo United South. Harlingen was, I think they're peaking right now in all cylinders right now. And I think what you're saying, Jim, is correct. They do have a chance. A lot of people didn't give them much of a chance. But I think that, one of the things they have to do for the key to victory is stopping Xavier Gonzalez, their quarterback, which is also their number one rusher and, of course, their number one passer. Nearly 1,000 yards in passing, over 1,000 yards in rushing. I think if they can contain him, they're not going to stop him. They can contain him and allowing the big plays. They got a chance. Also, Connor Crisp is going to play defense and offense. Found, also the kicker and return. I mean, this guy does it all. That's another person that you have to watch. But the way the Harlingen Cardinals have been playing, Jim, in the last 4 ball games, I give them a chance to win, of course, because they have been playing. The defense have stepped up. And the offense, all they have to do is stretch the field, get some shots downfield, open up this team. This team is a run down your throat type of team. So there's one thing the defense has got to learn. They're going to run it down. They're going to run it down your throat. And that's one of the things they have to watch over.
They share a common profile, to your point, with other tough teams that the Cardinals have played this year. Brownsville Vets, who the Cardinals played in the district opener, beat them in overtime. The Los Fresnos Falcons, a run-heavy, run-first team. We took them when they were undefeated, also to overtime, lost in heartbreaking fashion, an interception return for a touchdown in overtime. And last week in the bi-district round against La Jolla, once again, a run-heavy team. The Cardinals have been more balanced offensively than all 3 of those teams. And it's that offensive balance that's going to have to carry the day offensively. But I tell you, the unit that, in my estimation, has made this season possible has been the Cardinals defense. The Cardinals defense has been causing turnovers. They've been making it difficult for run-heavy teams to run the football. Now,
yeah, absolutely.
This Medina Valley Panther football team is a tall task for the Cardinals defense, but if the Cardinals defense can stuff the run more often than not, contain, not stop, but contain Xavier Gonzalez, and try to do something with Connor Crisp. Now, those aren't their only weapons, but if the defense can come up with some stops, then, you know, we're going to have a chance in this game. Now, the one thing the Cardinals never seem to do is win a coin toss, and we didn't win it today. And so Medina Valley won the toss, deferred to the second half, and the Cardinals elected, obviously, to receive a short kickoff.
The Cardinals actually, they actually did win this coin toss, Jim, and they actually deferred.
You're
Medina,
right. You're right, and Joe, I appreciate that. I did that earlier pre-game where I looked at the Medina Valley uniforms, and notwithstanding the orange on there, the black kind of threw me off. I take it back. We won a toss. We deferred. Medina Valley with the ball first. So we're going to see right off the top Xavier Gonzalez and this Panther offense. And Gonzalez is going to fake the handoff, keep the ball, and rush for just shy of 5 yards on first down to bring up second and a long 5.
Yeah, this time he took it on him himself, and that's one of the things they got to do with this guy, Jim. We talked about it in pregame. We talked about it. Xavier Gonzalez, Connor Crisp, and Ramon Rodriguez. I think those are the key factors to the game here. If they can stop these guys, or not stop them, just contain these guys enough to give your offense and defense a chance, I think Harlingen Cardinals have a good chance here.
It's Jason Zendejas lined up at running back. He gets the handoff. The Cardinals defense gives up about a yard, but the secondary comes in, shuts that down to bring up a third down. Not too shabby for the first series for the Cardinals defense.
No, not at all. Getting a third and short here, and this is where the defense has got to step up. Jim, these guys love to run. We talked about it earlier, how they love to run, and they will run it down. They don't average more than 10 passes per game, so they're going to run, and they're going to run it down the middle between the tackles, and that's how they win the games.
Third down now, man in motion. It looked like Gonzalez kept it. He's going to get stopped.
It's going to be
now,
close.
I do not understand, or maybe just didn't see the forward progress being marked by the line judge. I thought he was stopped about a yard and a half short, but they're going to mark it just past the 45-yard line and a first down for Medina Valley. Man, I really thought we had a stop early on in this game, Joe.
Well, yeah, it looked like to me it looked like he was about a little bit about a foot and a half shy, but you know, they gave the referees gave him the spot, and Medina Valley are here with their first down.
Running right up the middle once again, and a tackle after a gain of 5 by Esteban Esquivel. Once again, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and then like I said, Esquivel here is running it. They're going to run it down. They're going to run it down. Looking at some of the film that I watched earlier on these guys don't run a lot on the, you know, they're just north and south type of running. They don't run east and west a lot. They're going to run it down between the tackles, and that's where Harlingen's going to have to stack that middle up, and if they have a good chance here to stop them out.
The Panthers just shy of midfield, and it's going to be third down again, third down and about a yard. So Medina Valley, I mean, it looks like the same play over and over and over again.
Yeah, they're used to doing that. I've seen a lot of they do 1 or 2 sweeps, you know, here. I mean, and when they do a sweep, though, they don't really go outside. They really stay, you know, on the defensive end, so to speak. But, yeah, they will run. I saw a lot of them film. They will run a lot of the plays. A lot of the plays are just going to go right down the middle.
A 6-man defensive front, but they just run right up the middle, and this is what they do. Bread and butter. First down, Medina Valley now in Cardinals territory.
Yeah, and this is what they're famous for, and this is exactly what they will do. I don't think they're going to change their game plan. Now, I mean, they might do a couple of sweeps right and left, and they will probably throw 7 to 8 times in this ball game. But their bread and butter, like you said, Jim, is going to come down here. They're audibling it right now, but it is going to be 85% of their plays are going to be right up the gut.
They will throw the football. You mentioned Connor Crisp, their leading receiver. It's a fake to, thank you, Ramsey. Fake to the right. He faked me out. It's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, this time he got, everybody thought it was Jason Zendejas, number 15, running it up the gut, but they ended up running that little slant sweep to the right-hand side. And Medina Valley picking about 8 yards on first down. And, this is what they do, Jim, kill the clock, and they're going to run, and they're doing a good job of it right now.
Well, the misdirection is a dangerous part of their game because Gonzalez and Crisp are not the only weapons they have. That's a handoff, and again, just barely a first down for Medina Valley, methodically marching down the field.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying that's exactly, and I mean, you see 90% of the plays that they've done right now have, just saying everything that we've been repeating is the same thing, but we're going to be saying a lot of the same things. But this is the way they play. This is Panther football on their part. It's just, smash mouth.
Already 4 minutes and coming up on 15 seconds off the clock in this first drive of the game for the Panthers. It's first down and 10 from the Cardinals' 32-yard line. The handoff once again. And around the left side, and that time, a bit of a chunk play, a first down. And the Cardinals are going to have to find a way to get a stop, and maybe causing a turnover is the only way to stop this vaunted attack. They have a limited offense, it seems like, but they're consistent. I don't mean limited in the derogatory sense. They're able to pull guards. They have a fast and experienced offensive line, and they'll just nickel and dime you to death, and that's what's happening so far. A pass now complete out to the 20-yard line. It's Raymond Rodriguez, and he's going to be out at the, looks like 16 or 17-yard line to bring up second down and 5 or so.
Yeah, this time they cut Harlingen off guard here with their first pass of the game. You're not going to see a lot of that right there, That was Raymond Rodriguez, number 14. I mean, like I say, they average somewhere about 8, 9, 10 tops passes. This is a pretty methodical drive. They're just burning the clock. This is, trying to wear down the defense. I know it's only in the first quarter, but that's exactly what their game plan looks to be at this moment.
The handoff once again to Zendejas, and he's going to be short. And I'll tell you, we're talking about the Panthers marching the ball methodically down the field, but the Cardinals are hanging tough. They're not giving up. The longest run they've given up has been about 11 yards, but they lull you to sleep. And you mentioned that they caught the Cardinals off guard with the pass, and that's what this Medina Valley offense does. They're going to run, and as soon as they've got a formation where they think they've got you, they'll throw it.
Yeah, and they did, and caught everybody off guard. Even I think we caught them off guard.
Rodriguez under center, looking just to follow a guard past the line to gain. It's very close to a first down. I haven't seen a signal yet.
I haven't seen it. They're going to flip it. They're going to go into fourth down motion. But they're going to go for it, Jim. I mean, they're averaging 4 or 5, 3 yards a carry. So this is about a half a yard according to the sticks here. But, Jim, this is probably going to be one of the fastest quarters here. And Harlingen not playing bad defense. I'm not saying anything, but these guys just get 3-4 yards. But if you do this 3-4 times, that's a first down in 2-3 plays, The
clock hasn't stopped since they started. It is 4th and 1 from the Harlingen 13-yard line. If you're going to stop them, this is a great time to do it. Rodriguez under center, the handoff, and it is a touchdown.
That was Xavier. They faked it in the middle, Jim, and they faked everybody out, including myself.
Me, yeah.
Yeah, and he went on a sweep to the left-hand side, and Xavier Gonzalez with Medina's first touchdown, the first touchdown of the game, giving them a 6-0 lead right now. But, a pretty methodical drive, Jim. I mean, this is exactly what they know they're going to do. The only problem is, can you stop it? Because they're not going to hide. They're not going to do anything cute. They're going to run, and they did it right there. I think they had 2 different plays that were not runs.
Medina Valley hung 56 on Canyon last week, shutting them out 56-0 in their by-district win. The Cardinals, of course, taking care of business at home against La Jolla, 58-20. And speaking of our game last week, we want to say a special hello with well wishes to Coach Morley, who, if you were watching last week, took quite a scary spill on the sideline and had a whole stadium and a whole community and a whole Harlingen HCISD family kind of holding their breath there for a couple of minutes. But he got up, not just got up, he stood up. They carted him off. He gave us the thumbs up to let us know he was okay. So if he's not here, we're sure he's watching. And Coach Morley, we want to tell you we love you. We're glad you're doing better. And well wishes for a complete recovery. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the sideline again soon. And, boy, that's a Division I looking kickoff for Medina Valley. You mentioned Connor Crisp. He's not just a wide receiver. He's a defensive back. He's the kicker. He's a return man. He's the brother of two other Crisp brothers on this Medina Valley squad. And so you're going to hear Crisp a lot, along with Xavier Gonzalez, Jason Zendejas, and the others. That kickoff out the back of the end zone will bring out the ball to the 25-yard line for Harlingen's first drive. And you already get the feeling that Harlingen is going to have to score touchdowns more often than not. To hang with this surgical attack. That's not going to do it. Pressure in the backfield, and Huerta does a good job just to spin forward for about a half-yard gain, rather. Second down and rather long.
Yeah, and that one, they got through the line on that one. Got him in. Actually, they got him about 2 to 3 yards back in the field. But like you said, they spun him around a little bit, and he was able to get that 1 yard. But they can't. They got to keep with this drive. They got to come up with something different, Jim, because right now the defense got to wear down. This is a new formation that we've seen.
Well, I was going to say, that formation in motion's a little bit different. Gonzalez now in motion. Hassan's going to keep it, try to follow Huerta around the left side. He does, and gets up to the 34-yard line, just shy of a first down, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, this time they faked in and they went outside. Hassan Joseph going around the left-hand side, Jim. He had one guy to beat to get to the sticks, and he had a little bit more to go on that one. He had some room. So they got to run him around the outside and work the north and south type of running and try to get Hassan to get his speed, and use his speed, and on the outside curves, because it's going to be, well, it looks like it was a little closer. It's going to be about 3 yards. So it's going to be bringing down to 3rd and 3.
I was certain it was closer, too.
It looked closer, but maybe he stepped out or whatever. But a crucial 3rd down for Harlingen. I mean, they can't give up a punt here. They've got to try to match up with these guys. They've got to score toe for toe, Jim, because it's going to be a difficult task. This is a speed, height, strength that they hadn't seen before.
And one of the really difficult parts of defending an offense like Medina Valley's is that the play calling doesn't lend itself to many opportunities to turn the ball over unless you can punch the ball out. But they run it, and they run it well. I'm not sure what the holdup on the field is. The play clock is not running.
Nothing is moving, and I think they were having a discussion there with one of the coaches, but they had about 3 refs over there on the Cardinals sideline, and they were discussing something, couldn't see. Maybe the spot, I don't know. Maybe Gomez was saying, I don't like the way you spotted here.
Yeah, it looked like they were talking to the guy holding the marker.
Yeah.
So a little break in the action. I want to go ahead and thank Shane Struphart and Juan Rodriguez and Ramsey Berlanga for getting us out here to Corpus Christi. What a crew we've had.
So I think we have a timeout now
this year. Well, now it looks like there's a timeout, and I'll be honest, I don't know what the heck is going on, but it is a Medina Valley timeout according to the scoreboard.
Already a time. Well, see, that didn't. I mean, I don't know what was going on. We don't know what exactly, but the referees were discussing. That was a good minute delay. Now they're going to get a timeout. Harlingen's going to have a chance to get to talk it over and try to get the right play inside, Jim, and try to get that first down. I think it's very important that they get the first down and continue this drive and try to punch it in because, their offense right now, Medina Valley's, the Panthers look like they were pretty much, just rolling it down the middle, and it was very difficult for Harlingen's defense to stop right now. So, but now that I have a quick chance, I promised. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Gomez family, George and Tony Gomez watching from home, and of course, Mama Cardinal Gomez that's watching this. Thanks you guys for watching, and thanks for being for some of the eyes last week. I do appreciate that you guys letting us know what was going on. So thanks you guys for watching, and let us know where you're watching that. And Jim and I, we'll try to get you guys on there.
Can't forget Mama Joe.
No.
It's 5:14 to go in the first. This is the first clock stoppage of the game, pretty much, other than between the touchdown and the kickoff and the beginning of our drive.
This timeout or referee discussion is probably a lot longer than what the Medina drive thrown. You know, it's kind of funny that nobody's telling us what's going on or anybody's. But Harlingen still has about half their offense and defense on the.
I was going to say it looks like the entire roster almost.
Yeah,
over there, and sometimes this is an unfamiliar foe. We've never played Medina Valley before. We don't typically play teams from Castroville except when you get to the second or third round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you just have to have a defensive drive, start an offensive drive, kind of get your bearings and understand what the coaches have been trying to instill in this team all week in preparation. It's one thing to prepare. It's another thing to see it up close and personal. We're ready for football action now. 3rd and 3. Woolery in trouble, and he overthrows Nathaniel Gonzalez. Gonzalez had nothing but green spaces in front of him, but a man in the face of Woolery rushes that throw. It was Christian Maldonado, the senior DB from Medina Valley, putting pressure on Hassan and causing a bad throw. It's now 4th and 3. And, you don't want to give up the punt like you said earlier, Joe, but I don't think they really have a choice.
Now, not at this moment, not with that. And that pass was, he was open, but, it just couldn't get him. He did have a lot of pressure. But the defense is going to have to, also, maybe, cause a turnover, Jim, or get something, cause a punt. Even a punt is just as good as a turnover or something.
And that punt was almost blocked. It comes down at the 47-yard line and then takes a left turn out of bounds, and Medina Valley will start just about at midfield for their second drive of the game.
And this is one of the things that it's also about possessions. We do have a flag on there. I don't know what they're going to get. But the thing is, Jim, you got to pin them down. This team, giving them the ball, somewhere around midfield it's hard for the defense to stop an offensive unit that loves to run and loves to do everything on there. So they've got to get the even the kickoffs. When we do those short kickoffs, they're getting the ball at the 30-35 yard line.
Let's see if we can hear the call.
By the looks of it, he's going to go backwards. So it's going to be against them.
Yeah, it looks like the change of possession is going to go through, but it's going to be backed up.
It's a 15-yarder.
So we don't have the ref in our headset, and we're in an enclosed room here. So we'll do the best we can with the referee calls, and sometimes we'll just have to deduce what occurred based on where they move the football and who retains possession. But it's going to be Medina Valley embarking upon their second drive of the game. The first one, a methodical drive capped off with a touchdown. This is a run right up the middle, a gain of close to 5.
Yeah, this time he just ran again right up the middle and got about 4 or 5 yards in that one. It's going to bring a second and about 5 here, but they're just running in between those two guys. The tackle and guard on the left-hand side are pretty, they got a lot of, height and weight on them, and they're really, really utilizing those guys and punching it through those two guys at this very moment.
Number one thing, don't panic, right? We're in the area round. We're facing a team that's very fast, very big, very strong. But if we can stick to our schemes, we can make some hay. That's going to be a first down. And here's the other thing. We've seen guys like Woolery and Huerta who seem to never stop their legs and their forward momentum. And that's what Medina Valley has done so far.
Yeah, definitely. There's just the yards after contact have been incredible. I've been seeing just about every single down, Jim, they've gotten positive yards, and I'm talking about 2 to 3 yards on top of and when they get first contact. So that's a great job. That's good running on their part.
Xavier Gonzalez runs this offense from under center.
Literally.
Yes. The handoff up the middle, and they stay right on schedule with a gain of 6.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about staying on schedule all year, Joe. And when you have enough weapons and enough misdirection that you keep the defense off balance, you can stay on schedule like that. That's what Medina Valley does. So we're going to need to see some scheming. We're going to need to maybe get lucky a little bit with some turnovers, but we need to do the things we need to force turnovers. And that time, the entire offensive line just lurches forward. That's a little bit different from what we've seen. They're going to be just short, and I mean less than a foot short of a first down.
Yeah, that was something I've never seen like that. They just kind of pushed over, but it got them enough yards to get a very, very, short third down. So it's going to be a very, like I said, Jim, even it was 32, 33. These guys are averaging about 4.5 to 5.2, according to I saw on Xavier Gonzalez. Yards per carry.
But it's not all over the place. It's not 0, 1, 2, and 14. It's 5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7. That's a first down.
And just running right through there. And this team, what they do and what they do methodically is they do love possession. So the time of possession is very important. They love to handle the ball. They've had the ball probably it's going to be the entire first quarter, granted maybe 2 minutes that Harlingen had it. So these guys love to wear a team down. And so far in the first quarter, Jim, they're doing what they came here to do.
First down now in Cardinals territory. Gonzalez back to pass. He's being flushed out of the pocket. Now he's running. He's going to be, I think, just shy of the first down. I'm hesitant to be conclusive about it because
it's going to be about a yard.
Line judges and me this year, boy, I don't know. But it is going to be just short of a first down, second and about 1.
Yeah, this time he just tried. He faked in and then ran around the outside, and that's very difficult because his speed is very difficult for any of the linemen to try to get in there and try to stop this guy. So this is one of the weapons that I've always said that you try to try to put like a spy on him or something because he's going to round every lineman.
Gonzalez with the fake and then the pitch, a first down and more. The ball carrier, who will identify here as soon as we can. It looks like it was it Easton Lang?
I think
number
it was.
9. It's a first down for Medina Valley, and they're marching down the field again. A little more variation in the offense this drive, but it's all about keeping the Cardinals defense off balance, and they have done that so far.
They've done it, and they're going to continue to do that unless you come up with some kind of a different scheme. But you're right, though. They're just keeping them off balance. But the thing is, Jim, they're not doing anything that they're doing. They're just running right here. Look, there's, right down the middle. And breaking tackles. This is a quarterback, Xavier Gonzalez, who got hit 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and just spun around, got positive yards on that, and then that's exactly and this is a quarterback, remember, so he's got running back ability, so it's not going to be easy to knock down. He's not going to be easy to arm tackle, and this is something Harlingen's got to really try to go low and take the legs out and hit the legs, because arm tackling these guys, it's going to be a very difficult challenge.
Well, and it's not just the arm tackling. If you notice, and that's going to be a free play for Medina Valley, he's going to go deep to the end zone. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Raymond Rodriguez. The Cardinals jumped off sides. Gonzalez had a free play and knew it, and he just put it up for Rodriguez. Touchdown, Medina Valley.
Yeah, that's going to count. That's going to be in there. And that was a smart play by Gonzalez, because he literally, I couldn't see who was defending, but never turned around. And it was a one-on-one coverage. Wasn't even bad coverage, to be honest with you. But it just, he threw it right where it needed to be. And Gonzalez, with the awareness of the offside, said, hey, man, I got a free play. I'm going to take a shot downfield.
And, the comment I was going to make, after the extra point is up and good is that if you look at the Medina Valley offensive line, you know, sometimes we call them the big uglies. These aren't big uglies. These are athletes on the offensive line, and they're fast and they're strong. And, you know, Medina Valley only goes so far offensively as the offensive line will take them. Well, we're going to kick off. I'm excited to bring you finally a new installment again of Heart of HCISD, celebrating the spirit of HCISD, one story at a time. And so when we get a timeout, I'll read this one. I loved reading those last year, and there's been kind of a lull. So I'm excited to see that they've picked that back up. Medina Valley running up to the line of scrimmage there on the kickoff. Not sure what the point of that was, unless they were trying to fake the onside.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were trying to do, catch the Cardinals off guard. And this time, Connor Chris is out there. He's going to get it down to about the 1 yard line, and here we go.
So the ball's being brought up past the 25-yard line.
You know, and
it was, excuse me, I believe that was that Aaron Pettis? Number 80.
See the number.
I believe it was 80 Aaron Pettis. I hope I got that right.
I didn't see the number, but I can tell you this right now, it's only the first quarter. There's only 43 seconds left, but Jim, you kind of sense this is a very important drive for the Harlingen Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
To try to get, first of all, to give the defense some kind of rest, because the defense has been out there 95% of this whole quarter here, and Harlingen needs to start with their first down, get a first down, and continue these drives, give the defense a red, and put some points on the board.
It's an empty backfield. Woolery's going to keep it. I hope that's not a hold. I don't see a flag. Woolery's got a first down and goes down at the 41-yard line. You know, the Medina Valley fans wanted a hold. I'm not sure what that play was. Well, I don't think it was exactly a hold. The lineman kind of turned the defender around a little bit.
Nevertheless, it's a first down for Harlingen.
Well, it was a first down for Harlingen, and a good run for Woolery. Woolery runs up to the line and now is going to get swallowed up well behind the line of scrimmage. His forward progress, mercifully, only results in about 1.5 yard loss to bring up second and long.
I hope he's okay because he's holding his knee down.
Oh, no. Oh, crap. And that was me censoring myself, because what I'm looking at is Hassan Woolery on the turf in some pain.
I hope everything, and I hope and pray that everything is okay with them, because they didn't look good.
They were all over him, dragging him back. There was ample opportunity for a leg to get caught, and he has already had a little bit of difficulty with injury in the lower extremities. So
the way I saw him downfield, the way he was being in pain, it didn't look good because of the fact that he was literally in pain, and I hope and pray that Hassan Woolery is okay, and maybe he just got a little stinger or something. But I didn't like the way he was. I can't hear him or anything, but you're watching the game at home. It didn't look like he was in. It was like he was in a lot of pain there. So I'm hoping, praying everything is okay with him.
He ran up to the line of scrimmage, tried to push it forward, was being driven back, and then was kind of flipped over. It's his left arm or right arm? It's his left shoulder, I think.
Yeah, well, that's good. It wasn't his legs, but he was moving his leg, and he was in pain or something. It was kind of hard to see on there.
He's now up off the turf and walking off. Gosh, I can talk. Under his own power. Initially, it looked like maybe a leg, but also his legs, when he was kind of writhing in pain, his legs were kind of wiggling in the air a little bit. So that should have been a clue to me that maybe it wasn't a leg injury. In any case, he's a sophomore. He's got 2 really big years coming up. We need to keep that kid healthy. We are going to go to the second quarter and invite you to come on back after these messages. It's 14-0 Panthers. The Cardinals looking to make a dent.
Welcome to ECA. We are proud to be an Apple Distinguished School. Want to see what makes our school so special? Follow me. at ECA. I'm proud to be at Apple Stinger School. While we build strong roots. Plant seeds of success and grow leaders for tomorrow.
Field in Corpus Christi, where the Cardinals are engaged in their second drive of the game. Gavin Cisneros in at quarterback. He keeps it. He's right up the middle for a gain of 9 very quickly. And actually, it's going to be a gain of 7.5. The line judge is going to mark it where he began to go down, which is the appropriate call. And it's going to be 3rd and 2, a long 2, at the Cardinals' own 48-yard line. Hassan Woolery is on the sideline with an apparent left shoulder injury. So not a leg, not a throwing arm. In any case, I mentioned it right before the break. You've got to keep that kid healthy. He's just a sophomore. He's got a long way to go in his Cardinal career. Cisneros is going to hand off to Huerta, who's looking to make his way, but does just get to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And Joe, are we already there?
I think you have to be. When you're down 14 right now, you're punting. You're not punting very deeply. It doesn't look like they are, but I would say, well, Huerta's still out there. Maybe they're going to bring jumbo package inside. They're about a yard shy, but you're down 14 points, Jim, to a team that is running at will at this point. Yeah, the answer is yes. You go for it. You put your big guys in there. They're bringing in the jumbo package, and hope and pray for the best. It's all you can say, because they got to do this.
You mentioned something during the break, Joe, and I think you're right. I think the Cardinals are a little shell shocked. Maybe they look a little intimidated. But again, I said it before. You've got to get into the game, get punched in the mouth a couple times. There's a timeout for Harlingen, and I'm going to take the opportunity to read this. Heart of HCISD post. I graduated from Harlingen High School in 91. I started off in HCISD as a paraprofessional at Sam Houston Elementary for the Transitional Bilingual Education Program. I chose Sam Houston because my mom was a special education teacher there, and my dad worked in the cafeteria. When I was at Sam Houston, my first year, they came up to me. I used to be in choir in high school, so they asked Miss Eunice and me for help making the school song. Miss Eunice made the words, and I came up with a tune. We actually made the Sam Houston song. I've been in this district for 23 years. I started with data systems in 2016. I then worked at a campus, and when I came back, data systems and accountability and assessment had merged into one department. I'm going to pick this up after this play. It's 4th and 1. The Cardinals are going for it. The handoff to Huerta. He's got a first down past midfield.
Yeah, this time it was a much-needed first down. This is Harlingen's first down on that one. But they ran it on the right-hand side, and right now we have Gavin Cisneros in his quarterback, like you said, Jim. They got the jumbo guys in there, some big guys in there. There was number 76 in there, Noah Jimenez, and the other guys out there. 78 also, Gabriel Garcia coming in there and making a little path in there, enough for him to get about 2 out of the 1 yards that he needed, but desperately needed that first down.
So at least for right now, the offense seems to belong to Gavin Cisneros. Cisneros in the shotgun. He's looking, now he's going to pitch to Huerta, but the Panthers are in the backfield.
They read that and they snubbed that one out there. They knew that he was going to option. Gavin tried to run in. I think he had a better chance to run inside than pitching it to Noah Huerta, which as soon as he pitched it out, could have been dangerous because that was a loss of 2. And right now, you know, you against a defense like this, you cannot have negative yards. You've got on first down, first and second have to be 3 to 4 yards per down.
2nd and 12, off schedule now. Trips left in a bunch formation with one receiver right, Huerta in the backfield flanking Cisneros. Cisneros in the shotgun. Back to pass. Pressure in the backfield. Cisneros shedding the pressure. Passes out to Huerta, who leaked out, and he just does dive for the first down. I want to finish this Heart of HCISD
Oh, he
post.
got to the line of scrimmage, I think, on that one.
Oh, what did I say? Line to game?
Yeah, well, he's going to be it's still going to be negative behind. I think he's going to be third and about 11. But that play, I mean, to get that 1 yard, it actually looked like he could have lost a lot more because Gavin was getting chased. And the speed of these guys on their offense was really, I mean, on defense, really was surprising there because he had to throw that one cisneros
I need to get better at picking my spots for reading these posts because I always end up having to go back to the action and then come back to it. We'll work on that. Cisneros is under a lot of pressure. Huerta leaks out, gets the screen, and he's tripped up a yard short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down again.
And I think you're going to go for it again, Jim. I think you have to. This is this is the first time we've been in that territory. It's going to be a little bit more than a yard, probably yard and a half. But I do believe Harlingen's got to come up with there because I don't. It's too. You're too far for a field goal, obviously. And really, I mean, if you punt, you're going to get 20 yards max on that one. So. Huerta did have a lot of time on that one, but the pass floated a little too long in the air.
Cisneros under center, hands off to Huerta. He's very close, but the line judge is marking him about a half yard short.
Yeah, according to the line judge, unless he sees something that it's going to be Panther ball. It depends where they spot the ball. Well, maybe they're respotting it, Jim. If they're where the ref is, it might be a first.
I thought he got there.
Well, he came out in the curve, though. He didn't run straight. He came out in a little curve on that one.
The line to gain is the 38-yard line of Medina Valley.
If that's the spot, that's going to be short.
Yeah.
That's going to be short.
They're going to bring the chains out and
I don't
measure.
like the spot, though. I really don't. I'm sorry if I'm sounding, one-sided here, but that was a bad spot, in my opinion.
We are one-sided, Joe.
Oh, yeah, but
this is a homer broadcast. They're stretching the chains. And it's going to be Medina Valley football. Some of my biggest passions are attendance and enrollment. I like seeing the numbers. I know that if attendance is going up, then the students are learning and their test scores are going to be good. I love this department. I don't see myself anywhere else. I need this team and they need me. They know that I love them. All my kids have gone through this district, and I have one that's a new teacher this year at Zavala Elementary. That's awesome. This is a good district. HCISD is the place to be. Folks, that's Margaret Gonzalez, Assistant Superintendent Secretary. So, Ms. Gonzalez, we thank you for your service to HCISD and the students and teachers and administrators therein. It's Medina Valley football now. Just on their side of the 50, a pitch to Strouder.
That's going to be a big defensive play there for the Cardinals.
And the Cardinals defense finally does come up with a big defensive play. A loss of, 6 or 7 on first down for Medina Valley. And for the first time in this game, they're off schedule, Joe.
Yeah, and I don't know what they were trying to do. They were trying to run a fake reverse around the inside and out, and Cardinals stayed really good, and they stayed in their lanes. And that's exactly what they needed to do, is not get faked by the outside moves. And they stayed in their lanes and created a 8-9 yard loss on that particular play there.
Gonzalez under center, as he has been from just about all this game. A pitch out to the right, and it's going to be a first down and much more. And he's going to get dragged out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That was Easton Lang once again.
Wow, he just ran it. They got the yards and the back, and that was Lang running around the right-hand side. The receiver had an angle on him, but I mean, the cornerback, but the receiver of Medina Valley, just with an incredible block on the Cardinal defender there, and able to keep pushing him back and back and back, and enable them to get that long play. I mean, he was asking and looking for a holding call, but the ref did not give him that.
It's a 45-yard run for Easton Lang, and it's a run after catch. So now Medina Valley back to the run for a couple yards on first down, second and about 7.
Yeah, they're going to run, and they run slightly to the right-hand side there and got a couple of yards on there. But that's got, going back to the last play, it's got to be kind of a, heartbreaker there. You lose 9 yards, and then you gain 45 yards, and that's really tough to swallow sometimes for Harlingen. And but they just got to be playing play by play, down by down. And I know, Coach Gomez has got these guys, they've got them prepped and everything to do. They've got to find a way to stop these guys and prevent another touchdown from coming.
Yeah, 100%, Joe. It'll get dicey if we can't do it. On second down, Gonzalez with the fake and the keeper, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. And yes, Alma Garcia Villarreal, we are doing shout-outs, and she wants to shout out Ramsey Berlanga, her office roommate at their HCISD home base. And Ramsey's right here, once again, doing all the hard work, lugging all the equipment up here, coming all the way up to Corpus, along with J-Rod, who's on the camera tonight, to help bring you this production. You get to hear me and Joe, but all Joe and I had to do was show up, eat Whataburger, and gas bag. These guys are doing the work. It's a first down for Medina Valley. It's not a 1st and goal. It'll be a 1st and 10 at about the 11, but they are threatening once again.
Yeah, they're going to keep threatening, like I said, and they're doing it all on the ground. I've only had 2 or 3 different plays that have been outside from the pass, but Medina Valley doing it on the work of Xavier Gonzalez and Jason Sendejas are doing a lot of the damage on the ground here, and that's exactly how it looks here. Harlingen having a difficult time stopping the run because they do a lot of fake in and outs, and it's very difficult to see that sometimes.
On first down, very close to another first down, Medina Valley down to the 3-yard line. And I'm already getting messages about Margaret Gonzalez. Boy, she's made an impact, hasn't she? Jennifer Davis, Eric Smoen says she's beautiful inside and out. Known her family through sports. Family and faith is a driving force in her life. I appreciate those words, Jennifer, and helping us recognize Margaret Gonzalez. And I'm happy
we got a touchdown.
Well, I was going to say I'm happy to recognize Margaret Gonzalez and not the 3rd consecutive touchdown for Medina Valley. So there. It's 20-0 Medina Valley pending the extra point. And this is how we needed this not to go. We've been punched in the mouth now 3 times. And so look, we knew this was going to be difficult. Medina Valley is 9-2 on the year, undefeated in district play, in a difficult district, and we said it coming up here. If we win, it'll be an upset. We are up against it today, but Cardinal spirit never dies. We're gonna put up a fight, and look, let's take stock of the entire season, Joe. It was not pretty in the early going in the 2025 Cardinals season. They get shut out in Bird Bowl. Okay. They have some difficult games, but also had their eyes set on district play. And I don't know, I'm not aware that there's been a bigger turnaround for a Valley team between non-district play and district play than the one undertaken by the Harlingen Cardinals. And so with a sophomore quarterback, okay, in a really tough district, and I tell you what, we still have 2.5 quarters to go in this one, but whatever happens today, boy, strap in for the next 2 years of Cardinals football. The kickoff is away, not quite as long, fair caught by Maddox Hernandez at the 20, and that's where Harlingen will begin their 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of some things I saw unusual there from Connor Crisp there to kick it, a shallow kick there. And part of me that was watching some of the guys go at it here. There was some a little bit on there with Noah Villagomez out there and one of the other guys from Medina Valley. I didn't know if they were going to call a play, so I was kind of looking at the referee and see if he was going to reach in his back pocket or his front. And but nothing was happening, but there was a little extracurricular activity there. But, Jim, Gavin Cisneros, it appears right now that I don't know what's going on with the sound, but it looks like, he's in here. He's going to be here at least for the remainder of the half. And they're trying to get something going here right now. Huerta right now running around, but, they're not opening a lot of lanes, Jim, and they're just literally getting close very quickly with this defensive line.
Well, with the departure, at least for now, of Hassan Woolery, you're taking out much of the dynamism of this Cardinals offense. Look, Cisneros is a terrific quarterback, runs the offense well and efficiently, and can lead this team. And it's no slight to Gavin that losing Hassan Woolery is materially changing and limiting what the Cardinals offense can do. A pass out left to Cervantes is caught. He's around the left side, past the 35, and pushed out of bounds outside the 35-yard line of first down. So as soon as I get finished saying that the Cardinals offense is necessarily limited, Gavin Cisneros says, oh yeah, Jim, watch this. Let's get a first down. The first catch by Aiden Cervantes. And, you know, if we're going to do anything in this game, we're going to have to call Cervantes, Hernandez.
Well, somebody's going to step up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And we're going to have to get the ball moving downfield. It's a first down at the Cardinal 39-yard line, 3.5 to go in the first half, 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Cisneros rolling out under pressure. He lets it go and essentially throws it away. Probably a good decision on first down to fight to live for second down.
Oh, that was a great decision. But you see the speed of the defensive linemen chasing you 15, 10 yards back. And, you know, and it just shows you the speed of Medina Valley, literally chasing a quarterback at will and not giving him a chance to do much or let the play develop. And so that way Gavin had to throw it out of bounds, which was, you know, a good call in there. But got to establish the running game, Jim. They've got to start getting Huerta in there if they have any chance of coming back on that.
Once again to Cervantes, caught, but not much doing. It's probably going to be something around a no gain. Medina Valley, not only are they getting pressure, they're getting pressure with 4 and 5. And, you know, if you can get pressure with 4, you're going to have a whole lot of success on defense. It's a timeout, once again, for Medina Valley. That's their second of the half.
Oh, and yeah, and there's a second one. I think they're just trying to save enough time. Mm-hmm. So Harlingen won't, because like I said, these guys don't really strike fast. They strike, you know, 5-8 yards. So they're trying to preserve, in my opinion, they're trying to preserve as much time in the first half with 3:11, so they can, you know, knowing they're looking at Harlingen's going to, you know, we're going to stop Harlingen. They're going to punt, and we're going to get the ball back. So they're thinking ahead here. Hopefully Harlingen can ruin those plans by getting a first down and continuing this drive. You know, it'll be very difficult, if not, Jim, for them to allow another score here at halftime. And Harlingen to be down, you know, 28. And, you know, if they can, you know, maybe go into half 21-7, it gets, you know, the locker room a little hope, gets a little bit of motivation on there. So a very crucial third down, in my opinion, here.
Cardinals have 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. But first things first, it's 3rd and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Cisneros back to pass. It's a screen out to Gonzalez. He's going to get dragged down before making the 45. He's going to be 5 yards short. That's going to bring up 4th down with the clock running, temporarily running under 3 minutes. But with that, the Medina Valley Panthers are going to call their 3rd and final timeout.
Yeah, they are. And I think that now that they're calling their timeout, you've got to look at the defensive standpoint. They're not going to be running as much. They're going to use their passing game, in my opinion, or they're going to come up with some kind of trick play. Because I know 259, you know, it sounds, you know, but with the way this offense is built, they love to break you down. So I think they're still going to run it down, you know, middle and hopefully for a big play. But expect to see some kind of pass. I see Xavier Gonzalez to try to throw something deep here in this particular drive.
The Cardinals are going to be looking to force a turnover. Turnovers are going to be critical if we're going to get back in this game. And you're also right. We cannot go down 28-0. You know, at 28-21, maybe that didn't sound like that much of a difference. But you're talking about 3 scores versus 4. Now, we will get the ball first in the second half. You know, we don't have very many first downs yet, but hopefully Coach Gomez and Coach Ledesma and the staff can come up with some adjustments. Harlingen is going to punt here on 4th and 5, and I think that's probably a prudent decision, even if it's not the one they wanted to make. It's a good punt, a low punt that takes a good Harlingen balance. It's fielded at the 11, and Crisp gets away from the defender. He's up to midfield. Now we're in trouble. Crisp is gone.
And just like that, they get it up there, and it's going to be 27-0 pending. It looks like the souffle. So just like that, it just got down by a four possession game. Medina Valley dominating this game at this very moment. Jim, 27-0. He just ran around the right hand side and did really almost went touch free. I don't think he got touched on this particular play there.
Well, Cardinals got a hand on him when he fielded the punt at the 11, but I don't know that he was touched much after that. It's an 89-yard punt return for a touchdown for Connor Crisp. And Joe, I almost called him Coco Crisp. Coco Crisp, one of the great names in baseball history, not the gentleman who just ran that punt back for an 89-yard touchdown, that being Connor Crisp. And I'll try not to get that one wrong again, although I can't promise it. So what we couldn't have happen has happened, and there's still 2:38 to go in the second half. The Cardinals have 2 timeouts. There's still the 2-minute warning, and Joe, we need to change.
We need to change
what's going
something.
on.
You look, and honestly, right now, what I'm thinking about is they're still they've got to create something. You do not. Well, granted, you do not. They don't have a timeout, but Medina could try to get the ball back if they stop them 3-0 with pinning that extra point, and so you got to come up with something. Take some pass. Come up with at least stretch the field, go downfield a little bit on their, the screens and everything like that. Their speed is going to come up to there. These receiver screens right now, their corners and their defensive backs are just a little, fast enough to get to the edges really fast and minimizing the gain on that, which Harlingen is used to seeing, a little differently.
Boy, they like to mess around with their kickoff formations, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do one just unexpectedly sometime in the second half here.
Well, off balance and unexpected, these are words that describe the Medina Valley offense. Here's Aiden Cervantes with the kickoff return. He's brought it up to almost the 30-yard line, and Harlingen will start their fourth drive.
Yeah, and they're going to come up. They need to, I don't think you should, run the clock down and try to just, go the half there. You cannot be playing not to lose. You got to come in there and try to take a strike downfield. Try to do something, because right now they need a little bit of lifting, Jim, and they need something positive to go through, whether it be a first down or
some momentum,
something just to switch the crowd. You see the Harlingen crowd right now, and looking at them, they're as shocked as I am. It looks like,
So first down. Now, it's still Gavin Cisneros. It may be Gavin Cisneros for the balance of the game, and that's all right. He's back to pass. He's going long. He's got single coverage, and Hernandez almost makes the one-handed grab. It was good coverage, but an incredible throw to put it where only Hernandez could catch it. I didn't see if there was hand fighting or anything like that.
There was a little bit.
I saw one paw come out.
Yeah, there was a little bit on that one.
And, that left hand, it looked like was being held. It looks, the referee was right there. I'm going to assume in his estimation it constituted hand fighting between the two. But the result was that Hernandez only had the right paw to reach out and try to grab it and wasn't able to reel it in. It's 2nd and 10 now. A high snap is corralled by Cisneros, who gets dragged down after a short gain just past the 30-yard line to bring up 3rd down, and that is likely to bring us to the 2-minute warning, and we cannot give this ball back again in this second half. First half.
And if they don't come up with the first down, they actually will give the ball back, because they got the play, and it's going to be about 25 seconds. So Medina Valley can get literally, mathematically, will get the ball with about 1:30, and Harlingen. I mean, this is a 2-minute warning, but Jim, they've got to. I like that they took a shot downfield. I loved it. That's what they need to do to try to stretch that defense. But nevertheless, though, that's That's something that you got to continue. I know they don't have Hassan, but Cisneros has a great arm, and he can get it down there. That was actually a perfect pass on there.
You know, this has been a tough game so far, and we'll see what the Cardinals can do in the second half. It might get even tougher. I don't know. You know, when you get into, subsequent rounds of the playoffs, you're bound to run into an overwhelming team. But I do not want to forget to say how proud I am of this team. This game's not over. It's not even halftime yet. This is not an end of game, end of season speech. I just want to make sure that no matter what the score is at the end of this game, that we remember where this team has been throughout the season and where this team is going. This team's going to be led by Hassan Woolery the next 2 years. He will have had a freshman and sophomore season, both playoff seasons under his belt. Passes caught for a first down.
Yeah, I think that was Hernandez on that one. And
yes, it was.
He kept his feet in bounds, get a much-needed first down. Maybe Harlingen can try to get something going. It's going to be 1:54 left to play at halftime, but a great pass by Gavin Cisneros to Maddox Hernandez, number 11, with a he had his feet down and just, right on the hands, and Harlingen's getting the first down.
And I'll tell you what, Gavin may not have the quickness or the elusiveness of a Hassan Woolery, but he can throw the ball and drop it right where it needs to go. Speaking of which, back out to the sideline to Hernandez, a gain of 8 and out of bounds with 1:50 to go, and suddenly the Cardinals defense is moving down the field. A little bit of change in offensive play calling. Just what the doctor ordered, just what Joe ordered.
And that's exactly what needed to be done in there, and trying to get something downfield, and Jim, they got enough time to put something together here. They've got his timeout left. But look, there's Gavin going to take a shot downfield.
Gavin's going long.
And that should be a flag.
That should be a flag, and it is. That's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down. Medina Valley fans don't agree, but when you face guard like that without turning around and trying to make a play on the football, that is textbook pass interference.
Oh, yeah. He didn't turn around. If you look at that on replay, he did not see it on there. He just did. It was an easy call for the ref to make. You have to turn around, play the ball. The golden rule is you got to play the ball. And the defender of Medina Valley did not play the ball. Yeah, and I know the fans don't like it right now here. We're on their side right here, calling the game. So, but it's a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul. Nevertheless, gives Harlingen a 1st and 10.
Be great if it was, but it is first down at the Medina Valley 36-yard line. Another high snap brought in by Cisneros. The screen pass to Gonzalez, and he is trying to get to the 30 where he is knocked down out of bounds. The Medina Valley fans seem to be celebrating the great hit on
Gonzalez. Loved it. They loved that hit.
They love it. They're right here in front of us, and so,
Well, he did a spin move.
I'm going to be honest. I mentioned this is a Homer broadcast. I'm going to try not to get salty here, but sometimes it's tough when you're getting your butts kicked to be hanging around some overly active Medina Valley fans. So I'm going to try to do better at that. It's a timeout on the field, and it's going to be by Harlingen because they're the only ones with a timeout left.
Yeah, that's going to be their last one, I believe. And, Jim, I'm liking the drive. This is the furthest we've gotten down, and so you have time. You're going to have a minute 11 seconds left. You're not going to have, you can't really do a lot of running plays. They subject a lot of that time, though, but they got to get a couple of passes, a couple of more first downs. Don't want to even attempt a field goal, even if you're within field goal range. You need 7. 7 is a must right here, trying to go down. Get some spark going. You can go down 28-7, then get the ball back, and maybe a little spark, and turn this game around a little bit. It's not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible, and it can happen. Harlingen is a talented team. They're just right now a little, shocked right now that they got in the better end of it right now.
This is by far the best offensive series for the Cardinals. Cisneros still in there. He's in the shotgun, flanked on either side by Gonzalez and Huerta, a 3-receiver set. It's 2nd and 5 from the Panther 31. Cisneros is under pressure. He gets it out to Gonzalez, who's trying to evade some tacklers. He will just get to the 29-yard line to bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job because Cisneros is getting pressured left and right on both. Literally, when I mean left and right. Ended up getting the ball down, got a couple yards, not much, maybe 1 or 2 yards on there, but positive yards mean everything here.
Trips left, Huerta in the backfield. He's leaking out. Gonzalez is going to get dragged down for about a 4-yard loss to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and you got to go for it here, and you got to wait for it. It's going to be about 4 and 7, I believe, 4 and 8, 4 and 7, 4th and 7. But you see the speed coming on. And the guy came out from the right-hand side, their right-hand side, went all the way around and able to get Cisneros for the sack here. I don't know what sure is going on here, but Harlingen taking a lot of time off there. I know that's going for it, though.
Harlingen is deciding to deprive the Panthers of another scoring opportunity. They're going to let the play clock go down. There will be 2 or 3 seconds to go on the game clock once they call their 3rd and final timeout, which they have just done. It's 4th and 7, and you know, you might as well take a shot in the end zone. There's 3 seconds to go in the first half. There's no reason to do anything else.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree on that. I think we should have tried to get this first down. There was still less than 30 seconds to get in there and try to make something happen. Now they're going to be expecting a Hail Mary or something or that kind of, and the way they're getting pressure on Cisneros right now, it's going to be a very difficult task to do because every time he does a 2 or 3 step drop, they're getting in with their front 4 and sometimes with that corner blitz that they've done twice already. So, and I think I said it before, you got to play to win, not to lose. And that right now, this is something that I think we should have taken advantage of and try to put something together.
I don't know. It is 4th down. There wasn't a whole lot of time left to begin with. You only had the 1 timeout. You haven't shown the ability to strike deep against this Medina Valley defense. So, I think it's a reasonable thing to do to let it go down. You're going to get a shot at the end zone, and if you don't get the touchdown, chances are the half will be over, and you will have deprived Medina Valley of another scoring chance before halftime. Here's Cisneros in the shotgun, receiver streaking down the field, and Gavin's going to get taken down, and that's going to be the end of the half. And so the Cardinals really struggling in the first half against a really, really tough Medina Valley team. I'm going to shake off the fact that we're having to sit behind a bunch of really excited Medina Valley fans. Of course, they should be excited. Their team's doing great. The Cardinals are going to need to find a spark. They're going to need to make some adjustments, and they're going to come out and get the ball first in the second half. And so we're going to step aside, let you enjoy the halftime festivities, shake off the first half, and we'll be back in about a half hour. 28-0 Panthers. Come on back.
First Lieutenant Alyssa Malia. Captain Jeremy Hill. Major and your 2025-2026 Harlingen Cardinals Colonel Sarah Gamble. The Harlingen High School Cadets will be performing a honor team to the song USA. The cadets would like to dedicate this song to all our veterans who have served our nation. Now sit back and enjoy as the cadets continue to show the best. Take it away, cadets.
Now we just got some more on that way scored on all
The top officers are Colonel Jamie Frost. Lieutenant Colonel Veda Castro. First Major Alison Dowd. And second Major Kylie Jacoba. The social officers are President Madeline Rivera, Vice President Libby Brown, Team Bond Executive Isabel Remley, Events Executive Audrina Rios, the Varsity Color is Veda Castro. The top cats are under direction of Jessica Maxwell. Sit back and enjoy the street team Glamorous. Good evening, everyone. Aren't you glad you're back? Don't you wish everyone was? Now, here they are. French's great. Austin's of Austin. So the battle's done over the record and yet in between. We present the live by an important Panther band. The band is on the Riley Gonzalez, Austin Lutz, color guard officers, Savannah Scott, Lieutenant Gabriel Garza, Jalen Lewis, Ray Guerrero. The band is freshman, Santiago Velasquez. Percussion member Lucas Fresh, Alfonso Villarreal. And color guard Savannah Stein. Now the band will feature color guard. They will be performing one with the County Stars.
That's so funny. So good. Angry Birds just sent his stuff on.
We complete the defense against Francis Lee. This piece is contributed to the great element with service and critique the students that we with honor and dedication. As we recognize our veterans this evening, we invite you to please rise and graphic service in this place. Thank you for your service, sacrifice, and commitment to protecting our freedoms. The United States Army. Semper Fi, United States Coast Guard. Into the blue, the United States Space Force. The Marines in, the United States Marines. We thank you all for your service.
Welcome back to Cabanas Field in Corpus Christi, Texas, where the Harlingen Cardinals are facing their toughest task of the season, the Medina Valley Panthers. The score is not what we hoped, but the Cardinals will get the ball first in the second half, and we'll see if the coaches can make some adjustments and if these kids can adjust to getting punched in the face over and over and over again by Medina Valley. This is a tough, well-coached Panther team. And, you know, there's no two ways about it. The Cardinals are struggling with them. Joe, what do the Cardinals have to do to get back in this game and make it competitive?
Well, I think, first of all, you know, the defense has got, look, it's going to be difficult to stop the run. And I'm going to just say it flat. I don't think they're going to do it. They're going to contain that run. But they're going to try to create some turnovers, maybe punch the ball out, get some strips, something momentum. You know, and I think it's very important right now. Despite who's coming out, I don't know if it's going to be Gavin. I don't know if it's going to be Hassan's coming out, but I think it's very important right now to put some points. I mean, not points. Put a touchdown on the board, Jim.
Something.
Get something going. Get some momentum, and maybe that can spark up the defense. All it takes is one touchdown, then a defensive stop, and boom, you're right back in this game. But the first things first, you do have to stop that that run on there. You know, Medina, it's just they're running it down the throat. We said it earlier. It's smash mouth football, taking a lot of time off the clock, and what that does too, Jim, is it wears down the defenses and everything. But for the most part, they've done a decent job containing Xavier and Jason. You know, they just, you know, they two touchdowns came off one special team and one on that offsides passing. So, you know, I think we've played fairly on defense. You know, not bad, and it could be a little better.
Now, you mentioned not knowing who we're going to see at quarterback. Hassan Woolery went down in the second quarter with what looked like a fairly painful left shoulder injury. You don't want him to be injured in any way. I was relieved a little bit that it wasn't a leg or a knee injury.
Definitely not. Definitely
because
not.
the way they were dragging him back seemed to me to risk another knee injury, and that's the last thing that he needs. Gavin Cisneros came in relief of Woolery, led the Cardinals down the field. It was the best drive of the first half, but got scuttled toward the end and did not yield any points. So we'll see if they can make some adjustments. Medina Valley did not have a drive that did not end in a touchdown. They had 3 offensive drives, all finishing in touchdowns, and there was an 89-yard punt return for a touchdown by the aforementioned Connor Crisp. It's 28-0 Medina Valley. The Cardinals won the won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, and are now trying to field a kickoff. That's not going well. It should have been caught and knelt in the end zone. It wasn't. It was dropped. And instead of getting it at the 25, the Cardinals are going to start their first drive of the second half at the 8. Not the way to start, but still. The story's the same. We have to find a spark. We have to move the ball down the field. On defense, we have to find a way to create some turnovers and try to contain the run. They did a pretty good job forcing a couple fourth downs. One fourth down play resulting in a touchdown pass to the corner of the end zone. That didn't work out very well. It is Gavin Cisneros back behind center in the shotgun, flanked by Noah Huerta from their own 8. The fake to Huerta and another pass complete out to the far side of the field. Aiden Cervantes very close to a first down. It looks like they're going to be a couple yards short. And
I was looking where we're going to spot it, but yeah, it's going to be about a yard shy. But nevertheless, that's a good first down play, Jim. Probably one of our best ones yet.
Well, and toward the end of the first half, you saw the play calling open up a little bit in terms of the pass, and you're just going to have to do that. And so far, Gavin Cisneros has proven up to the task in relief of Woolery. Now he's got the ball, 2nd and just 1. Another fake to Huerta, another pass complete, this time to Dayton Morellis, who gets up, fighting it out of bounds at the 30-yard line for a about 10-yard gain and a first down. So far, Cisneros 2 for 2 here on the first drive of the second half, and the Cardinals moving the football.
Well, and this is a good way to right now, drive, and especially when you start off at about your 5-yard line, and now you're already at the 31 yard line. But good job by Dayton Morales, who I met his dad earlier this week and had a nice conversation. So good to see calling out your name there, Dayton.
Cisneros with the handoff to Hernandez on the sweep, but they do not get the edge. He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 4.
Yeah, that's gonna be a devastating loss. This is exactly what Harlingen needs not to do, is get 2 good plays and then get a created loss, though. But these are the things, Jim, that they, going back to the districts play, these kind of plays do work. But that, when you start getting into your area and regional rounds, you start seeing a lot of different speed out there, and some of these guys, some of the linemen of the Panthers can get around the edge pretty quick, man. That's pretty impressive.
I tell you what, I said it at halftime. This game is being won at the line of scrimmage by Medina Valley. 2nd and 13 now. Once again, a high snap, and every time that, and look, Cisneros isn't the tallest kid, and several of these snaps have been up over his head. He's fielded every one of them. That time, a quick pass. He gets it out quick, and that's going to be key, but it's incomplete to bring up 3rd and 13, and that's what getting off schedule on first down can do. Joe,
Yep.
You and I talked on the way up here this afternoon about plays that take way too long to develop, and with a team that has the kind of speed that the Panthers do, moving laterally and not gaining the edge is a killer. It gets you off schedule. Now it's 3rd and 13, and we'll see if Cisneros, well, he's going to hand it off to Huerta, who dances in and out and gets just shy of a first down. It's going to be 4th and 1, a tremendous play
that was
by
a great
Noah Huerta. He was dancing and juking and moving through traffic.
Yeah,
looked a little bit like Woolery on that one with some of his dance moves.
Well, and that's one of the things too, Jim. When you lose that, and here comes the jumbo packages. They're going to go for it. But when you lose those 3 and 4 downs, that's a first down play right there. If you don't lose those 3 or 4 yards on first down, so very important to stay positive, not negative here. But I love the move, and Harlingen's going to do it right here.
Cisneros to Huerta.
And he's not going to get it.
Yeah, no, they've got Huerta bottled up behind the line of scrimmage, and I like the play call.
I do too.
I don't think a punt was appropriate at this point of the game given the circumstances, but once again, this game is being won by Medina Valley on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It's not quarterback play, it's not running back play, it's not receiver play, it's not special teams play, notwithstanding the 89-yard punt return for a touchdown. This game is being won by the Panthers and lost by the Cardinals on the line of scrimmage, and I'm saying on both sides of the ball. So Harlingen's going to have to find a way, and I mentioned it in the first half, these are absolute athletes on the offensive and defensive lines for Medina Valley. The problem now is that Medina Valley is going to start their first drive of the second half, their 4th of the game, from the Cardinals 39-yard line. It's a pitch, and oh my goodness, so he just slips right down. It almost looked like Miguel Gonzalez was going to find a seam and take it into the end zone. He loses his footing.
Oh, he was.
Fortunately for Harlingen, but it is a first down to the 23-yard line.
He tried to do a spin move. If he didn't do that, slip down, that's a touchdown. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but he had one man to beat, and he was trying to make a quick turnaround. It didn't work it helped the Cardinals out on that play.
Gonzalez fakes the pitch. Now he's looking toward the end zone. He's got a man. It's caught. And it's down to the 5-yard line by Easton Lang.
Yeah, and just like that, this is one of the things that surprised. I mean, like I said earlier they weren't going to throw the ball more than 10 times. This is their 3rd pass attempt, and I believe he's 3 for 3 right now. So, but that it catches the Cardinals defense off guard because of the majority of the time they're running, and then boom, you do a surprise pass, and it kind of catches you off guard here.
Desiree Wright, the tailback, lined up behind Gonzalez. He gets the carry, and he's dragging Cardinals down to the 3-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, that was actually, I think it was Tomas Castro. Was it?
No, 43.
No, 43.
Des right.
Okay, and
I get him right. I get him right every once in a while, Joe.
I just saw his size of those guys' legs on there, man, and he. Oh my God, he looks like he's low to gravity, but hard to stop there. We'll see what the penalty is because it's on the backfield too, Jim.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's
a personal foul.
Yeah, it's going to be half the distance. It's going to go.
And that's what it looks like. I didn't see what the foul was, but the flag was well after the play, and so they're going to gain, maybe a yard on the half a distance to the goal, but it's going to be a first down for Medina Valley from the 2-yard line. 8:37 and counting to go in the third quarter. And this is about as bad as the second half could have started, especially when you consider that the Cardinals got the kickoff and Wright is in the end zone for another Panther touchdown. Look, this may just be the way this... Is there another flag?
Yeah, it's going to come out late, and we got a Cardinal down. I don't know if that was the reason why the flag was late, because I know there was contact towards the end.
I always look down at my drive chart when something happens.
Yeah, it just literally came really late on that one, but he was hit. I saw, kind of a late hit, but I think right now there's just a lot of, emotion right now for the Harlingen Cardinals. Medina Valley, up 34-0, and I think that, it's taking its toll.
The Cardinals came into this building expecting to beat Medina Valley. Some might argue that they shouldn't have, but I don't buy that. Cardinal spirit means you show up to every game expecting to win, even when you're an underdog.
Yeah, it was a late hit. It was a late hit coming in, and I think that's what they're calling a personal foul. He got hit. Whoever's down is the victim of the late hit. But there's just, Medina Valley, one of the things I told you this during the halftime show is that they don't stop hitting until the whistle stops. And they're just driving. And whether you're away from the ball or not, they're going to come and hit you. He's up. And I believe that's number 51. That is Caleb Hernandez there.
Yep. So he's walking on his own power, so we're grateful for that. It's 34-0 Panthers pending the extra point. It certainly looks like this game offensively will belong to Cisneros for the balance of the contest. Again, Hassan Woolery going down with an apparent left shoulder injury in the first half.
Yeah, this is so... what happens here, it'll be, since really about the second quarter, I guess it's been Gavin's on the drive, but...
And look, with the exception of the final drive of the first half, the Cardinals defense really hasn't done much no matter who's been back behind center. Gavin's been throwing it a little more. Not only because he's got a great arm, but also because Bubba Ledesma is opening up the playbook. Because when you're down, it was 4 now 5 touchdowns, you're going to have to find a way to get the ball down the field. And when you're getting dominated at the line of scrimmage the way the Cardinals are, you got to start trying anything. And so the extra point is up. It's plenty good. I mean, that looks like a Division I kicker right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, it looks like this guy can kick anywhere from 45 plus. And that's Connor Crisp, number 1.
So I found another Heart of HCISD post. This one was posted on November 6th. One day she said, "Why haven't you come to my office for college applications?" I said, "That's okay. I already applied somewhere, but I didn't get in." She said, "No, come to my office and we were going to figure it out." My parents were field workers, and we would migrate a lot, so my mind was never fully on college. But the next day, she told me, "You have the grades. You are smart. You were going to do it." And that day, she got me into UTRGV with a full scholarship. I don't remember a lot of names from my time in high school, but I remember my counselor's name, Miss Lynn. I'm going on 10 years of teaching. I started here at Stewart Place as a paraprofessional. I shadowed a student, guided him, and helped him make friends. That experience made me want to come into special education. My class is very special to me. It's amazing to see my students reaching their goals and doing things people didn't expect. It's like watching my own kids grow. The community, my team, and our administration are such a blessing. I couldn't do it without them. The special education department here, they genuinely love their kids. I make that connection back to my time in high school with Miss Lynn. Now, I understand why high expectations matter. Sometimes people expect a lot from you because you know they can do it. Jesus Anaya, life skills teacher. And that is about Jesus Anaya. It's also about Miss Lynn, the counselor that had confidence in Jesus, who encouraged him, who made sure that he did not sell himself short. And now that love and guidance and mentorship is being paid forward to some of our most vulnerable students here at HCISD. And what a beautiful story that is, Joe.
That is, and you know
that one got me a little bit.
it sounded like it there, but look,
Yeah.
you know, even with the personal foul, this guy was able to kick. Cardinals mistimed that one. They got the ball about the 22-23 yard line. Remember, there was a personal foul, so Medina Valley was kicking 15 yards. They were kicking off their own 25-yard line instead of on the 40. But still, I thought Harlingen was going to get a little bit better position, but here we go, and see if Harlingen and Gavin and the boys can come up with something here.
Cardinals' second drive of the second half. Gavin's back to pass, and he's going to get flushed out of the pocket, tuck it, and smartly get down before he took a big hit. It's only a gain of 4, but it could have been worse. And, you know, with Hassan on the sideline, we need Gavin out there. We can't have another quarterback going down. So I think a smart decision there to live to fight another day. It's 2nd and 7 after, call it a gain of 3 now.
Yeah.
Under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a good slide on that part. As long as you, like I said, getting the positive yards, it's what you need to do. You're down 35. You know, you can't afford to be giving these guys the ball in good field position. So see if they can come up with something worth the.
Yeah, no, he hands it off to Huerta. Huerta's got no gain, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7, slightly off schedule now. I mean, if the offense is going to go where Cisneros can take them here, and he's going to have to do it probably constantly under pressure for the rest of the game, because so far, again, the line of scrimmage is being dominated by the Panthers, and that creates all kinds of difficulty for the offensive backfield. Huerta behind Cisneros.
Showing a little blitz package on there. They're going to end up running.
They call off the blitz. Huerta up to the right side, gets a first down.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get a first down on that one. Kind of maybe surprised the Panthers there, because I think they were showing blitz, and then they dropped back into pretty much a similar zone coverage on that one, but able to move the chains. Huerta did. I mean, a lot of it was out there on his part, but good job on the offensive line to create that lane there, because it opened up and closed up pretty quickly. So Huerta doing it again.
Cardinals at their own 34-yard line now. 3 receiver set. Gonzalez flanking the line. Huerta in the backfield gets the handoff, and he goes right up the middle to the 42-yard line to bring up 2nd and 2. Good job by the Cardinals defense staying on schedule on that one.
Yeah, and and you've got, getting those positive yards on first down is a must. You really haven't seen a lot of penalties on this one for the Cardinals.
No, you haven't.
And it's been a good game on their part as far as the penalties. I think this is one of the few times you see minimal on the penalties. So good job on their part. Good job on the coaching staff to get them disciplined and ready for this playoff game.
Now Gonzalez and Huerta on either side of Cisneros, who's in the shotgun. 2nd and 2. Fake to Huerta. Gavin keeps it. He's got a first down. He does. Out past the 45-yard line, moving the sticks again.
Yeah, that's going to be it was a kind of a delay fake draw on that one. Faked it into Gonzalez, and Huerta able to push himself. Good job on the offensive line to get that push in there, and Gavin to get that first down. But nevertheless, Harlingen moving the ball. We got 5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Harlingen trying to, come up with something, maybe a score. I mean, just to get something going, get some positive going in here. Don't want to get shut out either on a playoff game.
Panthers showing blitz, then back off, pressure. Huerta gets past the first round of pressure, breaks another tackle, and is going to gain about 2 yards. That could have been much, much worse.
Yeah, and it's worse because of the timing of the snap. This time it was low, and usually sometimes it's high, it's low, it's high and slow. So that throws off the timing on any running back because it's all about getting the ball and getting it to your running back. This time it was a little low. But Huerta, I mean, getting hit 4 or 5 times on this particular carry. Probably never been hit the way he's been hit now because these guys are just gang tackling. But, I mean, you got to give it to Huerta, man. I mean, he got hit right at the line of scrimmage and still ended up getting a couple of yards on that.
A low snap this time. Gavin looking to throw. And, he puts it right on Cervantes, but Cervantes heard footsteps coming and wasn't able to reel it in. You could not throw the ball any better than Cisneros threw it there.
Yeah, that was a good throw on that one. And, and Cervantes got it in stride. A little high, and maybe that's what he anticipated, a little lower, but that's still a ball that you should catch on that one. And these are the kind of things that have not gone in Harlingen's way on this game here. And right now, 3rd down, Jim, I mean, regardless of what happens in this down, but I see 2 down. You got to keep doing this.
I honestly don't want to see another punt from Harlingen in this game. Cisneros on the design run, he's going to be hit in the backfield. The forward progress, about a yard more than I thought they were going to give him. In any case, it's going to be 4th and 9.
Yeah, there's a little tension there by big O number 77. Didn't like the way these guys hit Steve Lopez, and I don't blame him, protecting his quarterback on that. So the offensive line showing their unity there, but Harlingen, it looks like they end up going to punt on this one. Don't want to give Medina Valley a short field, and it is kind of a hard thing to do. It's going to be a 4th and 9. I actually have to agree with this call on that one. I'm usually a little aggressive, but 4th and 9, game's pretty much out of hand. You got to.
And that was almost blocked. I was going to say, Joe, that's why I'm up here and not down there. A good punt and a great job just to get it off. That was very close.
Well,
to
he
being
was
blocked.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he put his hand on it, but he could have blocked. And I mean, he was there. He was there way before he even took that step to kick. So I don't know if he pursued it, overshot it, but definitely was there to maybe caused a bad punt, a little bit of havoc, or maybe even touched the ball a little bit. But they're going to get the ball here at the 30-yard line with 3:31 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Jim, I think right now, they're this game is, they know they've got this. So I just see them. I think they're going to keep running and chewing off the clock and try to get out of here and start practicing for their next opponent,
which will be the winner between Harlan and Dripping Springs.
Last time I checked, Dripping Springs was up 14-7.
And I believe they're at halftime now. I think that was a 7:30 kick. So if things stay roughly the way they are now, Medina Valley will await the winner of Harlan and Dripping Springs. You think that one's going to be at the Alamo Dome?
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one's in the east side of Austin. These guys are from, Dripping Springs is, they're in the Austin area. I don't know exactly where Harlan is at. I'm trying to picture it, but
it's not in the valley. So
yeah, or these guys are West San Antonio.
Is it really important?
Nah, not really. Not really. Well, here we go with a 2nd down and about 7 here, Jim. And Harlingen showing a little bit of blitz, but they're going to run around the edge on the outside. This time they got a good pursuit on that one.
Yeah, the pitch was bobbled, and that allows Gerardo Sanchez and others
to get there. Yeah, and
to get a beat on it and
actually one of the best defensive play.
Well, they had some help with the bobble on the pitch.
Yeah, you see it there.
Kevin Strouder was not able to get a firm handle on the football for a few steps. And so now it's 3rd and 10 from their own 30. And this is about as off schedule as we've seen the Panthers offense so far in this game. Xavier Gonzalez and company waiting for the play call.
Yeah.
And so
I still see them running it, to be honest with you.
I'm sure. Cardinals with an opportunity, and the play is blown dead. I don't see a flag.
No, I think it's going to be a delay of game on, so it's going to be about a 3rd and 14 now on Medina. I saw the play clock got down to 0.
Yeah, you're right about that, Joe. So
I'm always right, Jim. Don't ever forget that, okay, my friend?
I do keep forgetting that, Joe.
Yeah. Oh,
my apologies.
Want to give a shout out to the Joe-aholics out there listening to their living legend. Here you go. I got about 700-800 messages. I can't get to them all. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining Jim and I here at Corpus Christi.
It doesn't count if they're all from your wife.
No, I don't think so. But no, thanks you guys for listening to us here. I know it's been a tough one today, and it's been hard to watch this game. But hey, man, Cardinal spirit never dies, baby.
We support them regardless, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, that's going to be a 4th down, and Medina Valley might actually. And I see Connor. Chris, I think he does it all. I think he's going to actually punt the ball too. Punts, kicks, returns.
Owen Bush on the tackle on that one. And
Good job, Owen.
That's going to force the first punt of the game from Medina Valley, and we do expect it to be Connor Crisp, and it is. He punts, he returns, he runs, he catches.
The guy does it all. I have to give him, you got to give him due.
He's the water boy. He stripes the field. No, I'm just kidding. But he does do a lot. He's kind of
he does.
Dylan Anaya sort.
I've never seen one player do that many positions, though. I really haven't. I mean, he's a kicker, he's a punter, he's a defensive back, he's a receiver. I don't know what else he is. Well,
he's a decent punter. Harlingen will get the ball back at inside their own 45-yard line.
Might be one of their best field positions that we got so far, and continuing here, we see Gavin coming in. So obviously, Nathan's just not going to risk whatever injury it is, and I wouldn't be either at a game that it's pretty much out of your reach. And give Gavin some reps on there and see if we can if Gavin can get us a drive and get that goose egg out of there. Jim, what do you think?
Look, he's been running the offense as well as at least as well as his son did, if I'm being quite honest. Woolery's going to get hit hard at the line of scrimmage, but still fall forward for a gain of 3. That is a terrible spot. And now there's extracurriculars and a flag on the play. We'll see who it's against.
Yeah,
we really can't afford to be.
It's going to. I don't know if they might call it a on both, because that was both activities, but it looks that it's going to go into Harlingen. The Harlingen. I think just right now it's a lot of frustration that's coming out, but it looks like they're going to give Harlingen the 15 yards on that one. I think it should have been offset. There was activities on both sides. You can't, but it looks like Harlingen will be the one getting the 15 yards back.
Yep, you're right. I mentioned the winner of this game plays the winner of Harlan and Dripping Springs. The Cardinals will remember Harlan from the year before last. That did not go well either. Thank you to our unofficial historian, John Michael Ibarra, for that piece of information. I won't say what the score was, except that it was not entirely dissimilar from this one. So, Cisneros and the Cardinals with a 2nd and 23. Aiden Florida is in motion. And the pass out is complete to Hernandez on the left side. He gets around, gets a first down, and knocks a defender back, almost reaching midfield. So
he got most of it back, Jim. He got that and some on that particular play. It's going to be about a 3rd and maybe 5, 6, no, about 7. But good play on getting that chunk back, because that's a good 18-yard, 19-yard play on that one, and able to get something, make it a manageable. I don't know if it's a 2nd or a 3rd. Looks like they're flipping it. No, I thought that was a first down.
I really thought it was a first down as well. They're okay.
They moved it to 3rd down. So nevertheless, though, it's going to be a good gain on that one. And I'm not sure they're all confused there because they're going one way, the other way.
That was the end of the
third there you
quarter.
go. So we're going here, 4th quarter. Harlingen trying to make a last-minute move to put away that goose egg, make it 35-0. Thank you guys for joining us here at the HCISD Network. Fun here, being here in Corpus. Not the turnout we like, Jim, but it was a good trip.
Hinato is questioning your 700 to 800 messages comment. He's calling you out.
Well, hold on. I think he was one of them. He thought he was one of them. Gennaro, look, I see Gennaro right there. You know, I'm glad I'm listening to you, Joe. You are the best. I love you guys. Go Cardinals. Cardinal spirit never dies.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, Hinato.
Dang, I told you he was a Cardinal at heart.
Man, you were right.
I knew it.
You were right.
Thank you, Gennaro.
What a great Cardinal supporter is my friend Hinato Garza. We always knew that you loved the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support, and obviously,
wait, hold on.
Obviously, he's watching the stream religiously.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's always, you know. But wait a second, Gennaro. I've seen like 20 comments just on you alone. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus, Mr. Garza, Gennaro Garza. I say him Gennaro, but it's Gennaro Garza. If y'all know who he is, he's always trolling us, right, Jim?
I just think he likes you, Joe.
I think he does too. I think look, there's more. They're just blowing up. Calm down.
All right. 3rd and 8 now. Cisneros in the backfield with Huerta. He's going to give it to Huerta, who's going to dance up through the line of scrimmage. Bring it. The ball's on the carpet. Medina Valley says they have it, and they do.
Yeah,
that's not going to help.
That's very rare to see Huerta lose the ball in there, but it happened right at midfield. Medina Valley's going to come and take it down with 11:52 play in the fourth quarter. Harlingen putting up a good drive here, but just came up short with a turnover. Well, that's how it's been all night, Jim.
Hey, you know, sometimes that's just kind of how it goes. Huerta won't be back next year. Cisneros will. Woolery will. We're going to lose quite a few receivers. We got more coming up. And I tell you, you know who I'm looking to possibly pick up the mantle at running back from Noah Huerta is Trey Gonzalez. He was added to the roster for the playoffs and got in the game late against La Jolla. That's a good stop on first down for the Cardinals defense. And I mean, he showed out a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Coming up from JV.
And, you know, he was, don't like saying this, but he was with the second unit, so to speak. But, you know, he was still going against La Jolla's first unit on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that last week. And I said that, you know, they got to start looking for Huerta's replacement. And, I mean, you know, it's still, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the offseason and stuff like that. But I'm sure he's one of the top candidates. I can give you that.
That was Estevan Esquivel on the stop. Gonzalez is going to keep it. Oh, a shoestring tackle, and that's the second consecutive stop for Esteban Esquivel. Remember, Esteban Esquivel had the play of the game against Brownsville Vets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was against Brownsville Vets.
No, it was against San Benito. Excuse me. A 4th and 4 early in the fourth quarter of the Battle of the Arroyo. Go back and watch that. It was an absolute incredible play. Started by Esquivel being disciplined, staying in his spot, and then bursting through the line and driving the quarterback into the turf. Here is that 34 or 43?
I think that was 34, Jim.
I think it was too. Courtney Bratcher.
And also we've seen, we're looking at Hunter Hurtado on the helm now. I think you have seen the last of Xavier Gonzalez, at least for tonight. So they got their other quarterback in Hunter in there right now. And you're starting to see some of the guys here getting taken off. Preparing next week, Jim. You don't want to get an injury. You don't want anybody getting hurt. So Medina Valley right now going on it on 4th and 1.
10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
That's going to be a false
movement. Start. Are they whistling the play dead, or is that a free one? That is intercepted by Bubba Medrano, pending the flag, although I expect it to be against Harlingen. So we'll get the flag.
It's another flag right now.
Another unsportsmanlike looks like.
Well, regardless of that interception is not going to happen, because in case it was one against the other, it's going to offset, and they're going to have to replay that down, I think. But I saw that the center moved, Jim. I didn't, and I don't know, and that's what drew some of the 3 guys from Harlingen offsides. Let's see what the ref says. But if it's offsides, the interception will stand, and it'll happen afterwards. I mean, if it's a false start, should I say?
Right. Well, and in which case if it's a false start,
it'll be
they
a dead
should
ball.
have blown the play dead.
No, so it's going to have to be up. You're right. It's going to have to be an offsides, and
unfortunately, an unsportsmanlike against the Cardinals would survive any of that.
Yeah.
The officials are talking about it. There's going to be realignment next year. We're reaching the end of the 2-year period of the current district alignment, and I expect the Cardinals to no longer be in such a small division. I expect the Cardinals to remain in 6A. Several teams like Brownsville Vets and possibly Hannah and the like going down.
I'll tell you what the call is. We see some of the guys. I'm a little. You see the defense out there, but you see the defense being pinned back. Here we go.
Well, it is
personal foul.
It is an offsides on Harlingen and a personal foul on Harlingen. So 5 yards on the offsides and 15 yards and a first down on the personal foul. I believe both will be assessed, as one was at the snap and one was after the play.
Yeah.
So all bad.
Yeah, all bad, and that you're going to give. You still have 9:24 left, and you're giving these guys inside, pretty much right there at the red zone here at the 21-yard line.
Joe, let me say this too. We don't have the other side of the stadium. We're on the home side in the press box, a beautiful press box here in Corpus Christi. So we are across the stadium from the Cardinal fans and the Cardinal bench. And while we didn't fill it up, I got to tell you, pretty good turnout for a game that's over a 2-hour drive away on a Friday. Everybody's at work and at school and took off at the end of the work day and came straight up to Corpus for this game. So good support. Cardinal spirit never dies on the field, and it never dies in the stands. And so now we have 1st and 10 from the Cardinal 21-yard line. The Panthers once again driving. And it's a fake and a pitch and a touchdown for the Panthers.
Yeah, just like that. That was a good fake. They thought they was going to run the option. They all were keen on the quarterback, Hunter Hurtago, there. And as they keyed on him, he threw the option on his left-hand side, and there was nobody around there for the touchdown. And all of a sudden, we got a 42-0. And Harlingen, just right now trying to figure something out, trying to get something going.
It's just one of those days, Joe.
It is one of those days.
You have these from time to time, and and that's why I'm talking about realignment.
Yeah.
Because let's talk about next year a little bit. Now, look, I mentioned I think teams like Hannah and Brownsville Vets and others are going to go down to 5A. We expect Harlingen to stay at 6A. And so I think you may be welcoming back into a district that includes Harlingen, teams like Weslaco.
Yeah, it's going to change a lot, though. I think you're going to have
maybe a McAllen Memorial.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that with the influx of new 5A schools, that teams like Harlingen South will no longer be in a district with Corpus Christi schools for 2 reasons. Number one, Corpus Christi is pretty far away for district competition, and number 2, they're so dang good, and I would like to not see them until the playoffs if possible.
Yeah.
So we're going to get all new districts next year, but you can expect Harlingen once again to be district competitors with the likes of Los Fresnos and San Benito. And like I said, you're going to add in Weslaco. I expect you'll add in somebody like McAllen Memorial. And we'll see how the rest of the realignment shapes up. But I'm excited and optimistic about the Cardinals going forward. At quarterback, you're all set with Hassan and Gavin. And you mentioned getting reps. You'd love to see Hassan out there, but you're seeing Gavin more than competently run the offense. He's completing... I think he's completed every pass he's intended to complete. He's made a couple decisions to throw the ball away where he felt like he should, and that shows his veteran leadership.
Oh man, there's a little extra.
There is chippiness. The Cardinals are frustrated.
They're very frustrated.
The Panthers are feeling themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the emotion right now. I mean, Harlingen hasn't, not all season has been down, 42-0. and the fourth quarter. And like I said, they've lost on the trenches. They've lost inside on both sides, offense and defense, right on the trenches. They got from the get-go, from the opening drive. It was it was a long, methodical 6-minute drive, and they never looked back after that. And I think Harlingen was not used to getting that kind of domination in that first quarter or first half, first quarter anyway.
Well, and these boys play with passion. They play with emotion.
Oh, they do. And
they will run through a wall for Manny Gomez. And when you're getting your butts kicked like this in the playoffs, with all the lead up, with all the work you've put in all year, you just ran into a team that's beating you up. Mm-hmm. Another pass complete to Cervantes.
Yeah, and that was that's a little curl pattern. Got about 5 yards on that one, making a 2nd and 5. I do like that they're going forward on these first down. That's been some of the things that in the first half that didn't go well. Getting a couple of, even if it's a 1 or 2 yard loss, it just throws the whole dynamics of your 2nd and 3rd down. It changes up your play calling. You always expect to get 3 or 4 yards on first down if you're going to run 5-6 yards on the pass. And when you lose or go backwards, you have to redo your playbook and start thinking about something else.
Hand off to Huerta, gets around the left side. Now he's got some room. Now he's past midfield. Noah Huerta is gone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Noah Huerta giving the Harlingen Cardinals a spark. Got the goose egg. The spark, it's just makes it look a little better there. You don't want to ever shut down, go down with the goose egg there, Jim. But Noah Huerta with the long run. A guy should, this is his last game as a Harlingen Cardinal. He ends it, with the touchdown. Glad to see that. Noah Huerta, man, for 3 years, you've done a heck of a job. You've been the ace here. I'm going to give you the props, man, because I think you deserve it. Your brother's over there. Maybe you'll be joining them next year at UTRGV, but good job. We'll miss you next year, my friend. We really will.
What a career from Noah Huerta. If that's the last time we see him gallop down the field, it's a 70-yard touchdown run to put the Cardinals on the board. No matter what the score, no matter what the situation, Cardinal spirit never dies, and neither does Noah Huerta. 70 yards to the house.
Yeah, and there's a flag on there. It's going to be good. Maybe a little extra celebration.
I think they're calling Huerta for something, and I don't know.
It's just a matter of frustration right now. They're probably going to do it in the kickoff. So Harlingen's going to be kicking off at the 20-yard line, which is not good for Harlingen because it's.
Well, I think that got him for some sort of excessive celebration, and I understand trying to keep things under control. What I don't understand is Noah Huerta taking the ball 70 yards to put the Cardinals on the board with 8.5 minutes to go and feeling the need to throw a flag. He wasn't in anybody's face from Medina Valley. Medina Valley's been barking as much as anybody else on the football field.
That's for sure.
So if I feel a little salty about that flag being thrown on, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Noah Huerta, forgive me. I
was forgiven for Noah Huerta. I can tell you that.
Don't care. Noah Huerta can say just about whatever he wants after that one. What a career. What a run. What a season. And we will not soon forget the contribution on and off the field by Noah Huerta.
No, definitely not. And it's going to, like I said, we're talking about it earlier. Who's going to step up? Who's going to provide that next year? It's going to, the old saying, man, those are some big shoes to follow. And it is going to be the big shoes to follow. He's had a great career here as a sophomore all the way through his senior year. This being the last game, obviously. But he's been a 1,000-yard rusher. He wasn't even projected to be a starter until somebody went down, and then boom, took the advantage. Never lost his starting job.
Never looked back.
And never looked back. And that's the kind of type of person he got the opportunity, and 3 years as a starter, and fun watching you, man. And all the seniors out there for the Harlingen Cardinals. I want to say, man, you guys. Been fun to watch. Everybody, Jim and I love calling these games. And best of luck to you guys in the future and for whatever you guys decide to do. Good luck to you guys. And, It's been a great season, man. It's been a heck of a season.
You know, I think for as long as I'm able to do this job, certainly one of the most difficult parts is going to be seeing seniors move on.
Yeah.
Seniors who have, whether they're stars like Huerta,
I'm going to name some if we can. Nathaniel Gonzalez, Baba Medrano, Eric. I think Eric Castillo's one.
I believe Eric Castillo's a senior.
David Renteria. You know, all you guys. I'm going to try to name, Jim and I will try to name as many as we can out there, man. But, you know, it's just that of the first time, Jim, they don't have the senior.
Oh, they never do. No, they never do. In fact,
it's always the South.
We've got the names of the coaching staff here, but usually we only have numbers and names. So we don't have the classes memorized. We know a lot of them.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all the seniors out there. I know Aiden Flores, Aiden Cervantes are going to be seniors as well.
I'm pretty sure Arturo Torres,
Maddox
is a
Hernandez,
senior.
I think, as well. So we're going to name as many as we can,
and we're going to get some wrong and leave some people off.
Yeah.
So please forgive us.
Yeah, let's not give us a comment and oh my God, we messed up. You called my son a senior when he's only a junior. Please, we don't have the numbers in front of us, so
it'll be okay, Joe. But look, I'm certain the school and the program will have some things to recognize seniors. Please look at that and help us celebrate our seniors. And look, with seniors moving on, we have freshmen and sophomores and juniors stepping up to pick up the mantle and to take Cardinals tradition into the future.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. So, you know, like I said, just want to give best of luck to all the seniors out there and all the juniors and sophomores. We'll see you next year again. You know, we can't wait to do this again. You know, one of the things that we talk about here in during the football season is how long it takes for us to go and see the first preseason game from the end of the season, and how quickly the season goes, man. When you're having fun, when you're calling out, doing what you love. I love sports. I watching the Hawks, watching the Cardinals. I've been doing this for 7-8 years already, and it just flies by quickly, Jim.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah,
in the blink of an eye.
And you know, when you start doing that, you know, like you said, after today, this is a Cardinals' last game. Okay, so it'll be their last game. By the time we see them again in preseason, and you know, we're gonna have to go through all the winter, then all the spring, then all the summer. Back to school's coming, and then we'll see them again. So you know, it goes these 10 weeks, 11 weeks. Actually, 12 weeks? This is week 12, right? 13 if you count the preseasons. The scrimmages, should I say. And it just zapped. Right, Ramsey? It just zapped right by, man.
That's it. Is it August yet?
Oh, man, you know, it's going to, you know.
Now, that's easy for us to say. The 2025, 2026... No, that's these guys. The 2026, 2027. Gosh, we're getting old, man.
Let's give a shout out to J Rod over here, who's just been quietly giving, you know, watching, doing this camera. He's right in front of.
Folks, Juan Rodriguez is normally on the field directing traffic, managing the camera folks, managing the tech team in partnership with Ramsey Berlanga. Today, he's here by his lonesome, manning our sole camera.
And thanks for the Whataburger, dude.
And bringing me and Joe Whataburger. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
These guys, we've been talking about it all year.
Jimmy even got a pedicure.
What?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm sorry. Sorry. I thought you got us off the air on that one, Jim. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Yeah. But these guys put so much work into it. We get great administrative support. Coach Davey, Shane Strubhart, the school board, Dr. Cortan, and we appreciate them letting Joe and me come and just talk and be part of this and share our observations and help cheer on the Cardinals and the Hawks. And our production here gets better and better. And speaking of which, Joe, and I mentioned this a couple times last week, and I'll mention it again since we're here. If you've got a business and you've got a marketing budget, boy, have I got a deal for you. Go to YouTube, go to the HCISD channel on YouTube, and check out the views for our broadcasts, and then ask yourself, is that a number of people that you think would benefit your business if they heard us talk about your business? And if you heard us talk about other businesses this year that were sponsors, Whataburger and LF Motors and Reina's and others, and gosh, now I'm in trouble because I said some and forgot some others, then you know that we milk sponsorships and we really try to provide value for your sponsorships because we appreciate the sponsors who support HCISD athletics and these student athletes and these band members and cheerleaders and drill team and the coaches and the administrators and the teachers and the fans and the families, because they are what make this all happen. And so we want to provide that the value for your marketing dollar, but we also invite you to come be part of the HCISD family in a material way. And there's
a flag on there.
There's no time. I know, I'm ignoring it. There's no time like the off season to get in touch with Shane Struphart and get involved.
Yeah.
And Joe and I will sing the praises of your business to the rafters and thank you every week for being part of HCISD athletics and supporting HCISD athletics. And you support HCISD athletics, you're also supporting HCISD education in general and the chess team and speech drama debate and all this other stuff, because it all kind of trickles down. Speaking of other things going on in the district, Joe, don't forget the annual tradition is coming up. The Nutcracker will once again be performed at the Performing Arts Center next month. You don't want to miss that. That's always a terrific production to ring the season in. And then
I'm going to go check that out.
You need to.
I know I am.
Come with us. The kids will be in it. My kids love being in these shows. And
it's been a long time since I've seen the Nutcracker. I'd love to see that. I really would. I'm not just saying that.
They put so much time and effort and energy into those productions. And then early next semester, it's going to be Aladdin Jr. And I happen to know a little blonde girl who's going to be the Sultan. And it's going to be a riot. And so you're not going to want to miss Aladdin Jr. I don't have the exact dates, but it'll be at the Performing Arts Center, January or February, something like that. Once again, they do such a great job, and I mean, it's not just kids in a play. It's a borderline professional production. You'll be so proud if you haven't seen one of these productions. You'll be so proud of what these kids do and how their teachers lead them and put on a great show. So check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, this is the how they say this is the most wonderful time of the year.
100%.
And so yeah, come check those plays out and see how it goes there. We're under about 3 minutes left here, and Medina Valley just kind of trying to kill the clock here, running the ball right up the middle here, and maybe trying to get one last one in. But I see them to get in the first down. They're going to get a new, fresh set of downs with 2:50 left. Once the chains adjust, the time will be going. And I don't anticipate anybody stopping this gym until the 2-minute warning.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't. I mean, there's no need to.
I think everybody is, not giving up. But look, it's 42-7. There's 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And there's, a little bit of respect now being shown on the field. I think everything's kind of calmed down a little bit, and the players are a little calm, and not that anybody's laying down. They're doing their job. They're playing hard. There's a good tackle. Estevan Esquivel started it, and then others cleaning it up. Rocky Rodriguez is in there.
They're showing a little respect on there. You saw everybody.
Javier Solis, Bernie Yanez in on that tackle.
Yeah, they're all trying in there. They just want this, That's like you said. I think it's all settled. They know they have a loss on there, and big old number 34 running the ball. It took about 4 or 5 guys to get him down. He's a big guy though. If you really see this guy, I've seen him. I don't know how he looks on television, but man, the guy has. The old saying, the tree trunk for legs. I'm not joking on that particular thing. He really does.
Like a sequoia.
A sequoia. We got 2 minutes left. I see 3 kneels and maybe I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what they'll do? But nevertheless, it's been a great season, guys.
It's been a great season, Joe.
Thank you for joining us every week, and especially I want to thank the Joe Holic Nation. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. Out of those 19,000, I know about 17 were Joe Holics. So thank you guys for joining us. It's been a great season.
Ridiculous.
It's been a fun season, and hope to do it again next year. And it's been great. It's been a season of Joe absolutely being in love with himself. I always have, always will, and that's just the name of the game.
Joe, you did a great job covering for me for a couple of weeks when the family and I were out of town, and I remember being, it was a very different time zone, so I checked in when I was able, and one of the first things I heard you do was call yourself the living legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I didn't really call myself.
I hollered to Jessica. I said, Jessica, did you hear what this man just said?
I just, people just call me that,
People.
Yeah. They're just.
The Joeaholics. They can't get enough.
They can't get enough. Oh God, you're kind of pushing them in there.
Something's happened on the football field. Of course, there's another flag. I don't know what the flag was. I think they're just throwing flags willy-nilly here. I don't know what's going on. But
nevertheless, Medina Valley got another touchdown. So we've gotten a little off course here, but I think we all know what's been going on here. It's been a complete domination by Medina Valley. Congratulations to them going up to the next round.
Congratulations to the Panthers of Medina Valley.
Yeah,
Look, we're disappointed. We're not even hardly paying attention to the game anymore. We're keeping it positive and looking to next year. But the truth is, the Panthers absolutely came to play today. They were well prepared. They popped us in the mouth over and over and over again. And I hope that this is a loss that will benefit from some institutional memory. The returning players that are going to populate the 26-27 roster, I think it would be beneficial to remember what it felt like to come to Corpus Christi and have Medina Valley just knock you around.
Yeah, I mean,
and
sometimes
look,
sometimes
that happens. Sometimes you just get the crud knocked out of you. But it's character building, and we knew this was going to be tough. I didn't think it would be this tough.
Yeah,
but this, Manny Gomez will ensure that this loss is not in vain, and will ensure that the 26-27 and 27-28 Cardinals will not flush this away completely, but use it as motivation, use it as knowledge, use it as experience, because I'm telling you, the next 2 years of Cardinal football are going to be really exciting. I don't expect us to be 5-6 2 more years. I expect us to be in a traditional Lower Rio Grande Valley 6A division.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot different.
With all of our traditional foes. And, if you're San Benito, if you're Los Fresnos, if you are Weslaco, if you're anybody else that has the misfortune of being included in a district with Harlingen, you better be ready. Because the Harlingen Cardinals are going to come back, and we're going to be stronger than ever. We got 2 terrific leaders at quarterback. I think we have at least one running back who's going to come and honor the legacy of Noah Huerta. I think we've got some receivers that are going to return and augment what Gavin and Hassan can do.
Yeah.
I think Gavin is more than a backup. I don't consider Gavin a backup. I consider Gavin a complementary piece and just as much of this offense as Hassan. And with that advantage, Bubba Ledesma is going to have the ability to scheme against these teams. And I think it's going to be an exciting season next year. The kickoff is away.
Oh yeah, no, I think one of the things keys next year too, Jim, is
I'm no longer keeping my drive chart.
That's gone a long way. But one of the things that you do is I would try, in my opinion, I'd try to have those two guys on the field at the same time. Find a way. Make it work together. You don't want to have a senior just, kind of riding behind somebody. So I would find a way to try to make that happen.
Maybe, and, I don't think Cardinals fans will appreciate this comment, but I'm going to say it anyway. Take a page out of the Southhawks book. Yeah. The way they did last year with Schroyer and Anaya, and the way those two guys' games complemented each other, right? Because, look, I still maintain, and I'll go back and watch the game and see if I'm right, but I don't think Cisneros had an incomplete pass that he didn't intend to be incomplete.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he threw the ball away a couple times when he had to.
Yeah, and I think, they'll go back to the offseason. And let me give a quick shout out to Eric Martinez, who's watching the game out of San Antonio, Texas, over there about the 1604 and Petranco area. Charlie Pettis, I'm going to give you another shout out too.
Charlie Pettis, my man.
So everybody in Harlingen, everybody, thank you. But yeah, Jim, I think what they got to do is they got to find a way, the saying, to coexist together somehow. Mm-hmm. And I think if they could find that, I think the offense could be a lot better. Gavin can throw. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look at that throw.
Speaking of Gavin, he throws down the field and just does overthrow Aiden. And
he just overthrew the ball there, but
but not by much.
You just find a way where maybe Hassan and him can coexist somehow. And when I mean coexist, I don't mean it like in enemy ways. Before I get any Texas or anything like that here, what I mean is find a way they could both be on the field together, and maybe I can so people can understand. But put it in that way and utilize their talents. Mm-hmm. Utilize their talents and try to get something going on with those guys because, it's a lot of talent. Like you said, it's a lot of talent going to waste, and not waste, but, just a lot of talent to be one on the sideline and one not,
Huerta out of bounds.
And I think that's what should, and I don't know why we slapping the clock here.
Well, look, I just think, look, the Cardinals are going to play till the game's over. And that was fourth down. And Cisneros right back on the field with Huerta and Flores and Hernandez. And so it's 4th and 2. There's a minute 1 to go. Once more to Huerta.
Yeah, I think he got pushed out. He got pushed by one of the Panther defensive guys in there to give him the ball, move the chains, and continue to run this clock. Harlingen, just trying to get something going, getting a little bit more experience. Gavin's still at the helm here. He's going to have a couple of shots to go downfield, maybe.
Cisneros back to pass. He's going long. He's going for Hernandez and just does miss him. I don't know if Hernandez cut that route short a little bit. It looked like he slowed up.
I think he did.
But I got to tell you, we were excited to see Hassan Woolery's arm both in the scrimmage and then when we got into district play, and the arm on Cisneros is why I don't see him as simply a backup, because this kid can chunk the ball down the field. Now there's 40 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 10. Cardinal spirit never dies, and these Cardinals will not stop playing until the final whistle. That is caught by Austin Alaniz.
Austin Alaniz getting it done.
And
And
that's
great effort there
And
by
that's
him.
another first down.
Yeah, look, on ours there's a little bit of shuffle there, and that's what you don't want to see. Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, this is going sideways here.
Real quickly.
And I didn't see how it started. This is out in front of the Cardinals bench. But I tell you what, the Cardinals have not stopped playing, and I wonder if the Panthers just think they should. They will not, because the game is not over. Now, I'm speculating a little bit, and I'm being a little bit of a homer with my analysis, and I'm not sorry about it. But the players are being separated, and just now there are Panthers still jogging away from the Cardinals sideline. It's 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line with 29 seconds to go, and now the Stripes are going to confer.
There's even police officers down there, guys. Look, there's 2 policemen down on the Cardinals sideline over there. I don't know exactly what happened. I know there was a scuffle towards the end there.
Well, look, I'll say this, Joe, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know, we haven't seen the Cardinals
have this fire.
Well, no, it's not just a fire, but have the lack of control. So where we're way up here, where we don't hear what's being said, and a lot of things that are being done, we don't see with our eyes much.
I don't know where was involved in it, though.
I'm just saying, if we're taking the season's body of work into consideration in determining the likelihood that it's simply the Cardinals acting up, I'm not real sure about it, Joe. And maybe that's disrespectful to Medina Valley, and I don't mean to be.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things to go into it, but right now, you know, I'd say refs, if I was a ref, I say kill the clock. Let's just call it going on there. But if you know, they got to call the penalty on there. But what I saw there at the end, there was a lot of scuffle, and it just continued. 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys. And it turned out to be the whole offense and defense. And then the next, you know, the whole players started running on there. The Cardinal coaches did a great job of trying to control everybody. Nora Huerta was in the middle of that. You know, it just, you know, I don't know if it's emotion. I don't know, you know, but all the refs there, the coaches are still there. I mean, there's little hotheads. Literally, you have 4 policemen down there.
There's some here on the stands, too.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but, you know, it's just, you know, you're down 49. You know, is it 49-7? I lost track.
Well, look, I frankly, my dear, don't give a damn what the score is.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are not going to stop playing, and anybody who expects them to is mistaken. And we won't apologize for playing until the very final whistle, because that's what Cardinals do. So we're still waiting for the referees to tell us how we will proceed for the final 29 minutes of this area contest.
Yeah, the Cardinals are lining up already, so.
Are they going to call the ball game?
Yeah, they're going to call the ball game.
Okay, well, just as well. That's fine. The last run by Noah Huerta was a first down. The 3rd or 4th to last run for Noah Huerta in his Harlingen career is a 70-yard touchdown run, the only score for the Cardinals in this game against Medina Valley. They are not even going to line up to shake hands. They're going to send these teams in opposite directions. Fine.
Yeah, and they got police officers. They got everything on there. I don't think they want another skirmish because it's been kind of like that all game here. I mean, not what I say. It's just been a lot of extracurricular activities. And a lot of times the referees let it go. You know. As a matter of fact, I'll say this: a lot of times the referees did let it go, and it probably resulted into something like that. Not blaming them, but I'm just calling it the way I see it. But nevertheless, it's been a great season, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all very much. I had a fun year. It's sad to see it come to an end, but all good things come to an end. We'll.
And folks, stay tuned. Check out the whatever announcements come out of the football program or HCISD. And whatever it is, and I don't know what they are, they don't tell me anything, but whatever we do to to thank and honor and cheer on these kids at the end of their season. Let's do it. Let's show up and let's show out. I mean, if you're not just bursting with pride over this Cardinals team, you've not been paying attention. And I know everybody listening to this has been. Everybody who drove 2.5 hours sitting and standing across the field from us, they've been paying attention. They're proud of this team. We're proud of Manny Gomez and this coaching staff. We're proud of all of our seniors. We thank them for their commitment to their hard work. And when we talk about these seniors, I mean the football players, the drill team, the band,
everybody,
the cheerleaders, and the trainers, and everybody. It's been a terrific season. We had some ups and downs, but the ups were oh so sweet. I don't think there's really all that much to say. Joe, final thoughts before I wrap it up?
No, just like I said, it's been a great season for all the seniors, like you said, in band, cheerleading, the Cardettes, all the seniors going on the other side of the Harlingen Hawks. Thank you both teams for making it a fun and great year. It's always, enjoying watching Hawk football, Cardinal football. I'll be doing softball very soon, but it's been a fun season. Love doing the home games, love Bird Bowl, love everything. Guys, thank you for letting us in your living room and putting up with us, man. And through the good and bad, we've been here. Great game. All the seniors and all sports here. Good luck in everything you do. We'll see you next time. God bless. And for the Cardinal fans that are out there right now, please, if you're driving home, drive home safely. For the fans out here from Medina Valley, if you're driving home, please drive home safely. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one.
We love you guys. Bye-bye.